keys to the winning streak has been the running attack led by Hawkins. In the last 2 games, he has rushed for a total of 492 yards and is over the 1,000-yard mark for the season. Here's Hawkins again. Big hole. Hawkins to the 40, to midfield, pulled down from behind. Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line as well. But Elliott Hawkins is running like a man possessed. Another key is the defense. While not coming up with the gaudy numbers of past years, the Vikings have been coming up with big plays, especially in the second half. First down, broken play, fumble, ball is loose. The Vikings have it at the 25. I believe the fumble was caused by Beltran and picked up by Jeff Desir.
Yeah, Marky Beltran got in there and jarred the ball loose.
Today, first place in the South Division of the Heart of America Conference is on the line as the Vikings host the third-ranked Baker Wildcats. The team from Baldwin City, Kansas, scores over 40 points a game while giving up only 16. And their defense has 37 takeaways on the year. The last 2 meetings between these 2 longtime rivals have been decided in overtime, with the visiting team winning both games. Baker at Missouri Valley for first place in the South Division. And our coverage starts right now.
And a pleasant good afternoon and welcome to Missouri Valley College in Marshall, Missouri. We are Greg Mitchell Field, and on Greg Mitchell Field today, the battle for first place in the South Division of the Heart of America Conference as the Baker Wildcats, ranked number 3 in the country, 8-1, their only loss at Benedictine, taking on the 6-3 Missouri Valley College Vikings with 3-0 in the South. And Joe, we knew with this conference expansion and splitting into divisions, this was going to happen. You play the North the first half of the season, you play the South, and with 2 weeks to go in the season, the Vikings, even with 3 losses, if they can run the table, will make the playoffs, but they have to win the next 2.
Well, they do, Ken, and this has the feeling of a playoff game. Like you say, the Vikings' magic number is 0. They have no room for error right now, so they've got to win these last 2 games against Baker today and then next week on the road against Mid-America. But I tell you what, if this Viking team can take care of the ball, cut out some of the penalties, I think they're capable of beating anybody. I know they're capable of beating anybody we've played so far. I know this Baker team is very good, but I think Valley can beat anybody if they play well.
Here's the rest of the schedule. Evangel at Avila. That was the 11 o'clock game, so that'll be over. That was the television game today. Evangel looked pretty good in spots last week.
Yeah, they did. They looked very good. And that was a tough loss for them. The Vikings scored in that final minute to pull out that 27-24 win. But I thought the Crusaders played well. They did a lot of things, and I'd say they'd have to be the favorite today. But Avila looked good here a couple of weeks ago, too.
Peru's at Culver. Culver having an awfully tough season. I think it'll be hard for them to get up for that running attack of Peru today.
Oh, I think so. And Peru State, they've been kind of an up-and-down team all year, but I think they'd be favored in that one.
Well, we follow Central Methodist, so Central Methodist hosting Mid-American Nazarene today, and I wouldn't be surprised to see the Eagles win that one in Fayette.
Well, apparently Central Methodist gave this Baker team a pretty good battle last week at home, and I know Baker won fairly convincingly, but it was I think Central scored like maybe 3 touchdowns against a very good defense. So yeah, Central they were tough when we played them, and they're having a good season. They're 2-1, I think, in division play right now.
Yeah, William Penn at Grayson. William Penn lost that overtime game at home to Benedictine last week. That's a 2 o'clock game, and Graceland playing better, so we'll see what happens in Lamoni today.
Who knows about Graceland? I think Graceland can beat anybody in the conference. I think they could lose to anybody in the conference. So it just kind of depends on who shows up. But the William Penn, after that one loss, they know they have to win today because they've got that big showdown with Grandview next week.
And finally, Grandview at Benedictine. What a big battle in the north.
I think Benedictine's been a big surprise to me. I mean, they've got a couple of wins. They beat Baker. The only loss Baker has, and then they won that big overtime game against William Penn. So the Ravens have been a surprise, and I think you'd have to say Grandview's the favorite, but that game being in Atchison, anything could happen.
A couple other games we'll keep an eye on. Robert Morris, Denny Honold's club, will host St. Xavier. They were upset by Belleville last week, 20-16, and dropped all the way to number 23 in the rankings. Concordia, that's where Curran White is offensive coordinator. They gave Morningside quite a run for a while last week. They will play at Dakota Wesleyan. They lost to Morningside 44-21. Aaron Christensen at Montana Northern still looking for their first win. They play at another very good Montana Tech team today. Northern lost to Carroll last week 62-7. Joe,
and Carroll not an easy team to play when you're looking for your first win.
Joe, one other statistic I want to throw at you before we move on in our pregame. How about this for this Baker defense? They have 37 takeaways, 23 interceptions, 14 fumble recoveries. So this is an opportunistic defense. There's no question about that. And on the other side for the Vikings have 13 takeaways. So as you pointed out, just cannot give them the ball. They're good enough without extra opportunities.
We have the talent. I believe we have the talent to beat this team, but we've got to play a very sound, very fundamental game today to come out on top.
All right, we're going to take our first break. When we come back, we're going to get our pregame interview started with Mike Grossner, the head coach of Baker. But we're also going to honor all the seniors the Vikings have on this club, and we'll be doing that as we go along in this half-hour pregame as well. Back with Coach Grossner in 1 minute on the Viking Sports Network.
Save energy and money at La Crosse Lumber in Marshall with Owens Corning Attic Cat Expanding Insulation System, featuring blown-in pink fiberglass insulation. With Owens Corning, pink is green. The insulation's eco-friendly, and La Crosse Lumber will let you use their machine for free. It'll blow 1,000 square feet per hour. Owens Corning Attic Cat Insulation. Bring in your measurements and get a free estimate today. It's only $35.95 per bag, and veterans get an additional 10% off. La Crosse Lumber, 152 West Morgan Street in Marshall.
Now is the time to go to your Kubota dealer and get a brand new Kubota M-Series tractor during Kubota's Gear Up and Go sales event. Get a feature-loaded M-Series with powerful engine options from 46 to 135 horsepower. With Kubota, comfort, intuitive controls, and value. So don't wait to make a great deal on a Kubota M-Series. With long-term financing for as low as 0% APR. See Marshall Service Company, 1714 Commerce in Marshall.
On the Viking pregame show, we're visiting right now with Mike Grossner, the head coach of the Baker Wildcats. And, Coach, to this point of the season, wow, 8-1, ranked third in the country, scored a bunch of points. I'm telling you, your ball club has had it rolling for most of the year, haven't you?
Yeah, we've kind of got that style of offense that we're a risk-taking, kind of have a gunslinger type quarterback in Nick Mara and a pretty good group of receivers. So we're letting it fly a little bit, and with that, we've made some big mistakes as well. You know, there were times where turnover margin was on our side big time, and then a couple games here we lost it last week and still were able to win. And then at Benedictine a few weeks ago, we lost the turnover margin and they beat us. So it's a high-risk, high-reward type deal with our offense, but so far I'm pretty pleased.
Well, tell me about Mara. He's averaging, 250 a game, throwing the football, bunch of, as I said, 40 points a game. So your offense has to just be rolling up and down the field.
Yeah, he's been a key. You know, he's had some bad luck with injuries the past couple of years, and so far we've kept him upright, and he's learned how to protect himself a little better and get the ball out of his hand a little quicker, and I think the O-line is aware that they need to keep him upright, and so, and he's got a group of receivers that can go a little bit and run a little bit and get open, and so he's figured a way to distribute the ball. All our guys are catching, 30 to 40 catches apiece, so that keeps everybody happy, and so Nick's doing a good job. He's showing that he's an experienced quarterback, played in this league for 3 years now, and starting to, earn those stripes a little bit and enjoy the fruits of the labor.
Well, and on the other side of the ball, giving up only 16 points a game in this league where a lot of points are scored. So, wow, I've heard a lot about your defense. Really can't wait to see him because this is a pretty good unit, Coach.
Yeah, it's kind of a little reflection of what Monty's put on the field for quite a few years here. Coach Thorne, our defensive coordinator, has been with me all 12 years and does a great job year in, year out. And we're lucky that we have an experienced front seven. Our front four with a couple additions can run pretty good. We're not huge up front. And if they can create some havoc, it allows our linebackers to run and make some plays as well. Going into the season, we had some question marks in the secondary. We had to replace 3 all-conference guys back there. And, if you've got a nice front four that can get after the pass rush a little bit without having to blitz, it alleviates some things in the back half. And I think overall we have, Coach has done a nice job of putting everything together, and those guys have created multiple turnovers. I think one of the kids was telling me yesterday, I think we have 23 interceptions, which is unbelievable for a group. And, I think the back half secondary's got 15 and the linebackers got 8, and there's a real contest going on.
All right, so there you have Mike Grossner. He is the head coach of the Baker Wildcats. In just a minute, I'm going to visit with Elliot Hawkins. Had a chance to visit with Elliot before last week's game, but we were unable to play that, some technical difficulties. So we'll check in with the 1,000-yard rusher, Elliot Hawkins, in 1 minute, Viking Sports Network.
Hi, this is Albert. Old Father Winter's coming. So come on by for your $34.95 oil change rotation and a free 23-point inspection by our certified technicians and get your antifreeze checked. And remember, we service all makes and models, and we will pick up and deliver free in Marshall city limits. Also, stop by and help us fill up a truck a week for the Toys for Tots for the Marine Reserves now through December 23rd. And remember, the Marshall Chrysler family cares, so please buckle up and drive safely.
The holidays are all about sharing and giving, so this season we wanted to do something special. Hi, I'm Matt here at Elmer Hare Ford with the Friends and Neighbors pricing event. 2015 F-150 4x4 Crew, $10,091 off MSRP, only $37,253. 2016 Ford Fusion, $37,660 off MSRP, only $20,904. Wow. 2015 Ford Focus, $25,888 off MSRP, only $17,841. Put a new Ford in your driveway and money in your pocket during the Elmer Hare Ford and Marshall Friends and Neighbors pricing event, where you get a hair better deal every time.
My guest on the pregame show, Elliot Hawkins, and now a record breaker, I guess Missouri Valley record, and also I think a conference record, 319 yards rushing last Saturday. Congratulations.
Oh, man, thank you. I mean, first off, I got to give God his praise for it, for allowing me to be in a moment of time like that. And it was just like feeling like words can explain.
Well, when you won the Ted Chitwood Award for the most valuable player in the homecoming game, when Joel went to interview you, you had your whole line there with you when you accepted that award.
Oh, yes, I asked him to come because it was really the O-line that allowed me to get those yards. And then I can't forget about our tight ends and fullbacks for their blocks as well. Then our wide receivers for the downfield blocking. Because as a team whole, we all had a part to do with it. Just they allowed me to do what I do.
I've noticed in the last couple of years, I think you're faster than you were a year ago.
I believe so, too. I mean, over the summer, like I came up here, I had summer school there. A wide receiver coach was like, Ellie, you want to get better? I'm like, yes, sir. And one day he said, meet me out there at 5 o'clock on the field. And it was him, myself, and a couple of other players. So through the whole summer, we was just running and running. We got to a point where we were at 24 gashes, 24 hundreds, coming from one. And every other day building up to 1, 2, 3, 4. And then going to 24, they're coming back down by one.
So you are in pretty good shape after that summer.
Oh, yes, sir. But still, again, I still keep myself in shape every other Mondays through Thursdays. I run about 2 or 3 miles every night to keep myself up in shape and do a little yoga every night to keep myself flexible and everything.
How'd you feel after Saturday? I don't know, 28, 29 carries, 319 yards. How'd you feel?
Man, I feel like amazing, blessed. Like I said earlier, it's a feeling that words can't explain. It just felt so good. And when I went down to accept the award, I brought little tears to my eyes. And then it actually felt pretty good because Mr. Campbell's record that I did broke, he happens to be there. And we had a few words and everything. He told me congratulations and said that it took 23 years for it to be broken. And he was telling me, he said this was his first time coming back since he played here. And it low-key means a lot because I just broke a Hall of Famer record.
Yeah. I know it was 17-12 midway through the third quarter, and all of a sudden the Vikings decided to run the football, and they just gave it to you about every down, and you responded.
Well, yes, sir, because every time we come into the sideline, everybody's like, Ellie, but this game is on your back. We don't need you to carry us. I was like, bro, I'm going to do my best. And then O-line was like, Ellie, we got you. We're going to get our blocks. Just cut off our butts and hit the holes hard, and we got you. And like I said, it's just a whole team thing. Like, we all came together. Like, I try to do my best I can on play actions to help get the receivers open. And the receivers did good on selling the pass and blocking to allow me to get to the outside.
Still a lot to play for this year, isn't there?
Oh, yes, sir. It's always a lot. You know, the sky's the limit. Like, out there, it's still all-conference running back. All-American still out there. Conference playoffs, national championship, conference championship. We still got a whole lot ahead of us.
You know what's going to happen now, though, don't you? Everybody's going to, in pregame, going to look and say, there's number 28. We got to stop him today. So they're really going to come after you.
Yeah, that's what we talked about in the meetings and everything. But still, we still have to do our same assignments and everything. And when the coach do give me the ball, even I just have to run like my hardest and my best because I have a feeling they're already going to sack the ball. So I just got to whatever I did last week times 3.
Well, let's go get them today. There's a lot to play for these next 3 weeks.
All right, yes, sir.
All right, that's Elliot Hawkins. And we'll hear from Elliot or talk about Elliot a lot today, we hope. And we're also going to hear from see him in just a moment as the seniors are going to be recognized. So we'll keep it right here for Senior Recognition Day. And we'll talk about each one of these seniors as they will be introduced and their parents. Now, this senior class, the 16 seniors, since 2002, this class has compiled an overall record of 36-10, including a 28-2 record in conference play. Not bad, Joe. These seniors 28-2 in conference play.
In 3 conference championships.
Yeah.
So, yeah, pretty good, pretty impressive, and going to miss them. There are a lot of good kids. We seem to lose some good seniors every year, and then we have some good kids step up to take their place. But I tell you, Elliot Hawkins, the man you just talked to, what a season he's had, and he's really stepped up big lately.
No question about it. Okay, so we are going to talk about each and every one of these seniors as they are being introduced. And we'll start with Mikkel Johnson. Mikkel is a wide receiver from St. Louis. He's majoring in criminal justice, and he's the son of Michael and Angela Johnson. Number 3 is Rick Fuentes. Rick, a wide receiver, Modesto, California, majoring in criminal justice. He's the son of Anthony Fuentes and Letitia Howe. He's accompanied by family friend Dana Vaughn. Number 6 is Dylan McDaniel. Dylan not playing as much wide receiver this year, but he has an important role as he's a holder on this team. From Ventura, California, majoring in criminal justice, the son of Julie McDaniel. Number 9 is Dario Marquez. Dario, linebacker, Miami, Florida, majoring in biology, the son of Christina Marquez. Nigel Dawes, number 20, is a running back from Beaumont, Texas, majoring in business management. He's the son of Eugene Daw and Ramona McGee. Martin Washington is number 22, running back. We don't see him play a lot, but he is in on that Wildcat. Majoring in exercise science, the son of Martin Washington Sr. and Tracy Revere. Now number 28, we just interviewed him, Elliot Hawkins, and he gets a good hand. He's a running back from Oklahoma, over 1,000 yards now. Majoring in physical education, the son of Erica Hawkins, and both are joined by Elliot's uncle, Festus Hawkins, here Greg Mitchell today. And boy, over 1,000 yards now, 499 yards his last 2 games. Delvon Franklin is the blocking back, whereas number 39, he's a fullback from Troy, Missouri, majoring in nonprofit agency management, and he's the son of Jackie Riley. A couple of catches this year, but mostly the blocking back, Delvon Franklin. Chris Bolony is a defensive lineman, Beaumont, Texas. Doesn't play a whole lot. Majoring in exercise science, he's the son of Toyle and Crystal Bolony. We hear from Kiefer Shipley some. He's number 50. He's a linebacker, and he is from Drexel, Missouri. Majoring in biology. He's the son of Martin and Donna Shipley. He's a backup linebacker. On the defensive line, number 52 is Myed Maxwell. Myed does play some defensive line. He's from Kansas City. He's majoring in business management, the son of Reginald Maxwell and Muyaka Denman. Where's number 52, Myed Maxwell? Sheldon Chisholm will be introduced, and Sheldon is out for the year, but he's able to walk onto the field and gets a hand from his teammate. Sheldon, an offensive lineman, Lee Summit, his starting center, but a broken leg, so he is out. Majoring in business management, the son of Keith and Demetra Chisholm. Joining Sheldon and Keith are his aunt and uncle, Mel and Sandy Johns. They're here today, but Sheldon out for the rest of the season. Zavon Moore, boy, there's a fixture on the offensive line, number 75. Offensive lineman from Kansas City. Majoring in humanities, he's the son of Stephen Monique Moore, number 75. He's also played some center, the long snapper today. Number 78, Zach Gibson, no stranger to winning. He is from Webb City, an offensive tackle. Majoring in criminal justice, he's the son of Brian and Mandy Adderbird. Zach Gibson, the mainstay on that offensive line, all those wins the last 4 years. Mike Davis, another offensive lineman. He's from South Coffeyville, Oklahoma, number 79. Mike majors in history, the son of Aaron and Kim Davis. Of course, he is a starter on that offensive line, number 79. Then we go to the defensive line for number 99, and that would be Zach Nunn. Zach, defensive lineman, I was looking at his stats. He's from Springfield area. Has a couple of sacks. Majoring in business management, the son of Kevin and Babby Nunn. So Zach Nunn, he's the left starting defensive end. Also, a couple senior trainers are being honored today. Brett Batter of Farmington. Brett majoring in athletic training and exercise science. He is the son of Chris and Tammy Batter. And Sarah Snodgrass of Spring, Texas. Sarah majoring in athletic training, the daughter of Randy and Sarah Miller. Boy, Joe, you hear about those names. That you and I have been doing this football for 5 or 6 years, and it's going to be funny not saying Zach Gibson, not saying Zavon Moore, Elliot Hawkins. It's going to be it's strange next year not calling those names.
It is, Kim, but you know one thing, a lot of the former players seem to come back to Missouri Valley. They have a home here, they've had a good experience here, and we'll see a lot of these seniors back, I'm sure, but we'll certainly miss them on the field in Viking uniforms in future years.
All right, also a couple of weeks ago, I had a chance to visit with Blaze Holzer. He's the wide receivers coach. And again, last week at Springfield, we had some technical difficulties, and we're unable to play that. So I want you to hear that interview I did a couple of weeks ago before the game at Evangel with Blaze Holzer, the offensive wide receivers coach.
On the pregame show, Blaze Holzer joins us. Coach, we did this earlier in the year, and how's it going so far? More than halfway through the season now. Can you believe it?
Oh, yeah, it's kind of flown by in my first year here, but really excited. I mean, the guys have really come together. Obviously, we've had some injuries. We've had some players had to step up into roles, and, ultimately they've done a great job of doing that, and we've found ways to win football games and kind of persevere through all that, and guys are buying into what we're doing, and obviously we had, encountered some problems early on with turnovers and things like that, and, that's kind of an ongoing process getting better in that area, but we've done a great job, and I think the guys are improving.
We talked about this last time, too. You really have a lot of playmakers in that receiving corps.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you can just go down the list. I can't think of a single team out there that can play 9 receivers the way that we do. 9 guys are getting significant time, and, even our 9th guy, I think, would start most places around the country. So, it's tough to find them all spots, but the great part about it is like you said, when you got playmakers all over the field, people have to cover them down, and it opens up run lanes, and it opens up all the other guys. So it's a great problem to have.
I don't want to single any of them out, but I'm going to right now. Dorian Stannard, the improvement he has made from his freshman year to this year, he is a big-time receiver for you right now.
Oh, absolutely. And, it's funny when I got here, I didn't know a whole lot about what happened last year, and, people kind of said, well, he's got some tools and things like that, but we'll see if he's ever able to materialize. And, sure enough, right away, he started catching my eye and, worked with them. And honestly, I can't take much credit for it. He's the one that's put in all the work and just really, really prepared. I think that was the biggest change for him going from his, freshman season last year to this season is just his preparedness, his willingness to learn the game and understand the coverages he's going to get and the looks and, just kind of comfort on the field, I think has been the biggest change for him.
Jeremy Fry played a lot of minutes last week, the freshman quarterback. Can you grade him? He seems like he's getting more and more comfortable out there.
Oh, absolutely. I think, anytime you're playing a freshman quarterback, you're going to have to, understand they're going through their progression of understanding the difference between high school football and college football. I think Jeremy's done a fantastic job of stepping in and doing what we've asked him to do, and he goes out there, manages the game really well. He's thrown a couple touchdown passes now so far in some big-time situations for us, and it's great to see him continue to progress, and I hope so. Yeah. I hope he'll keep doing it. That's
well,
for sure.
You talk about your depth at receiver. Mikael Johnson catches his first touchdown last week. The year before, he was one of our main receivers. That just shows you how much depth on this team. Now, I know he's been fighting some injuries, too.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, like we talked about, the depth at the position is so great that, when Mikael got injured in fall camp, it certainly didn't bury him, but it allowed some other guys to get reps, which kind of put him behind the 8 ball there a little bit, but he's getting back healthy now. He's about 100%. If I had to say right now, he's probably about 95 last week. So I continue to look forward to him continue to improve and take on a bigger role.
All right, that's Blaze Holzer, the offensive receivers coach. We're going to take a quick 30-second break, and when we come back, we're going to talk it over with head coach Paul Troth. That's coming up in 30 seconds, Viking Sports Network.
Whirlpool equals quality and Charlie's Appliance Sales and Service.
No problem.
One-stop Whirlpool headquarters. Whether you need a gas or electric range, Charlie's has just the one for you, with options like rapid preheat and steam clean. Time to replace the microwave? Once again, Charlie's has you covered. They carry microwaves for both the countertop and over the countertop. Charlie's also carries several models of dishwashers. Deliveries available as well as financing with approved credit. Charlie's Sales and Service at 450 West Boyd in Marshall, your Whirlpool headquarters.
Paul Troth joins us. Coach, we take on third-ranked Baker. Always a good rival. The last 2 games have gone to overtime with the visitors winning each one. So usually a pretty competitive game when these two get together.
Yeah, they're always a good team. They're well-coached and fundamental. And, I think this is probably as good a Baker team as they've had there since I've been here, at Valley, so, over a decade. So they've got a very good football team, and we're going to have to play well.
Well, I talk about the two coaches, you and Coach Grossner, been around about the same amount of time, so really no secrets between the two, I guess, as far as coach.
No, I mean, we've seen each other on film, played against each other every year, so, I mean, we feel like we have a good handle of what they're going to do, and I'm sure they feel that way about us, too. It's just a matter of going out and executing and making plays, and whichever team can do that.
Tell me about their defense. What makes them so good?
Well, I mean, I think they lead the country in takeaways right now. They're getting a lot of turnovers. That really makes the game a lot easier. I think they're getting 2 more turnovers than what they're giving up per game. So, that's 2 extra possessions, and field position comes into play on that. So, and unfortunately that's been one of our Achilles heel, especially early in the year. We're trying to get a handle on it and doing better, did much better last week, but that's going to be big today. We cannot turn the ball over to them.
Coach, I guess a lot of that's with confidence, the talent and confidence. Once those turnovers start coming, talking about Baker's defense, that really feeds itself, doesn't it?
Yeah, turnovers is just kind of, it's usually as much a mistake by the offense as it is by the defense. The defense is very opportunistic, and I don't want to take anything. That's not what I'm saying, but you usually make a mistake on offense is what creates the turnover, and certainly the defense can have an impact on trying to create some confusion in the passing game and getting the quarterback to throw a bad ball, but. Whatever the reason is, the bottom line is if we're going to win today, we got to not turn the ball over.
Offensively, they like to throw it all over the place, don't they?
Yeah, they're doing the same stuff they've done for a while. Their quarterback has stayed healthier this year than what he has in the past. He's a very accurate thrower. He understands the offense very well, puts the ball in good spots. They've got some good, quick receivers, and they can stretch the field vertically as well as horizontally. So, I mean, it's going to be a tremendous challenge, and you're not going to stop them and shut them down. We just got to try to slow them down a little bit and keep their offense off the field.
All right, so there you have Paul Troth, and we're ready for football. The second to last game of the season, the last regular season home game. And Joe, as I said, no secret, Vikings have to win today and next week in Olathe if they're going to make the playoffs. But first things first, let's see if we can stop this juggernaut known as the Baker Wildcats today.
Well, we've had 2 great battles with Baker the last 2 years. If you remember 2 years ago, Mr. Clarence Clark, who's here today, kicked 2 field goals to end up beating the Vikings 13-10, the last one in overtime. Then last year, out in Baldwin City, another overtime game. The Vikings played very well out there. The last game of the regular season vaulted them into the playoffs. So let's see if we can have a third one like that again, a third great game. That would be fun if we could.
Desi Villanueva, wearing 33 today, will kick off for the Vikings. Back deep, Cornell Brown and Damon Nolan. The Vikings won the toss and deferred. Here's Villanueva's kickoff, and he kicks it on the ground, and this one bounds, and it'll be picked up, now bobbled and picked up by Cornell Brown, who's tripped up at the 26-yard line. So that's where the Baker Wildcats will go to work. And boy, what a high-powered offense. Nick Mara is the quarterback. 26 touchdown passes, 11 interceptions. Adonis Powell, the starting running back, but they will throw the ball. Clarence Clark, Damon Nolan, Cornell Brown, all big receivers. The tight end is Josh Seibert. Alex Stebbins is the fullback when they do use that. Up front, Tanner Clark, the center. Jared Fromm and Kyle Whitman are the guards. Greg Snell and Jess Westmoreland are the tackles. This is a good offense, and they start with an empty backfield, 5 wide receivers on first down. Mara takes the snap and throws a little inside screen. The Vikings stop that play, and that's the pass to Clarence Clark. The Vikings all over it, and that's going to be a loss of about 2 yards.
And I think that was Zach Nunn. I think Zach Nunn, the first one to get there from his right end position. And boy, he dumped Clark as soon as he got the ball. In fact, it's a loss of 2 yards. So good start for this Viking defense.
And now they will keep Powell in the backfield. Up front for the Vikings in this 3-4. Zach Nunn, Kyra Kilgore. Did recount bad snap, and falling on it is the quarterback, Morrow, way back at the 10-yard line. So a tackle for a loss, a bad snap, and the ball is back at the 10-yard line. It's going to be 3rd down and 24.
Let's hope that signifies maybe a little bit of a chink in the armor of this good Baker offense.
I don't blame you for comparing them to Baylor. That's kind of what they do.
Baylor,
they throw
Baker,
the thing all over the place.
Take your pick.
3rd down and 20-some, 24 from the 11-yard line as Morrow will take the snap. Now they want to run the draw play, and Powell looking for room, trying to get to the outside. Powell turns the corner to the 20, and he's to the original line of scrimmage and shoved out of bounds on the Baker sideline. He had to pick up about 26. He got 10 of it back, but a good start for this Viking defense. A 3 and out, and they'll get the football.
Yeah, good job by the Vikings. Very important, we thought, to get off to a good start today. I was hoping we would be on defense first. That's exactly what happened, and the defense rose to the occasion.
Darian Turk back to receive the punt. The punt will be coming off the foot of Jacob Tompkins, who averages 38.7 yards a punt. He is out of Maysville, Kentucky, standing at his own 10. Rushes on, gets it away.
Nice
high, very short punt, but a nice high punt. And it's dropped by Turk, and just what the Vikings didn't need, another turnover.
I've never seen a punt with any more hang time than that. That ball was up there forever.
Wow. Boy, if that ball does not go to the Vikings, another turnover, and Baker has it. Joe, you shoot yourself in the foot time and time and time again, and the Vikings have done it. And that was a huge, huge turnover in this game early on.
Cannot do that against a team like this.
You cannot do that. The Vikings had stopped him. Had Turk make the catch, the Vikings would have had the ball thrown 46. Instead, it's another turnover. And if you look at the Vikings now, the Vikings have lost 10 fumbles and 18 interceptions. The Vikings now have 28 turnovers on the year.
Coach Paul Troth arguing with one of the officials about something. I don't know what it would be. It was obviously the ball popped loose. That was a good kick. It was not a long kick. But boy, that ball was way up there, and it seemed like it hung forever, and Turk just didn't make the play. It was a tough catch. But
he might have been saying there was some kind of interference here on first down. Baker trying to run the football, and there's just nowhere to go. And that's Cornell Brown carrying the football. Cornell is a sophomore, and they have him listed as a wide receiver, but he does play some running back, and he is stopped for no gain. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Jacob King, the first Viking to get there out of his linebacker position, so I'd look for a pass right here, I would think, from Baker.
Ricky Williams, Jacob King, Marky Beltram, Cedric O'Hara, the 4 linebackers. They roll and throw it out of bounds. Nobody open. The Vikings playing good coverage. And back there, Kobe Lowe, Jonathan Battle, Nate Desimone, and Terrence Hollins-White. And it'll be 3rd down and 10 as the Vikings bring in some defensive substitutions. And Terenzo Vereen coming in on that front line.
Good pressure. Kyerton Kilgore and Zach Nunn put a lot of pressure on the quarterback Morrow that time, and that's what you got to do against a good passer.
Brown in the backfield on 3rd and 10 from the Viking 46, trying to take advantage of a muffed punt by Valley. Early first quarter, no score, 12:55 to go in it. Mara may be changing the play. He sends Brown to his left side out of the shotgun. Back to throw is Mara. He throws it over the middle. It's knocked away at the last moment by Jacob King. It would have been well shy of the first down anyway. Good job by the Viking defense after the muff punt. Another 3 and out.
6 good defensive plays for the Vikings, and I'm sure the Vikings coming in saying, hey, they've got a great offense. They're going to be tough to stop, but the Vikings have proved they can do it at least for a couple of series, and that's got to give them some confidence, I would think.
Tompkins to punt again. His last one was short but very high. And once again, Darian Turk, this time back at his own 10, as Tompkins stands at his own 40. The Vikings do not rush. This one spirals toward the sideline, and it's picked up by Turk. He's hit immediately. Holds on to this one, though, at the 16-yard line. Good job by Darian Turk as he was hit immediately after he caught the ball. But the Vikes take over at the 16-yard line, and they'll go with the freshman, Jeremy Fry, out of Madison, Alabama. 31 out of 61, 5 touchdowns, 3 INTs. But number 28 will be big today. Elliot Hawkins, 5'10", 201-pound senior. Joe, 493 yards in the last 2 games rushing.
What a star Elliott has been, and we'll need that today. But give Darian Turk credit. He could have backed away from that punt after fumbling the first one. It was fairly close to the end zone, but he stepped right up and made the catch. So good to see that.
Vikings have 2 in the backfield along with Jeremy Fry. On this first down from the 16-yard line, they give it off to Jakari. Jakari Johnson finds a small seam right up the numbers on the far side and gets out to about the 19-yard line. So Coach Troth going with Jakari Johnson, the Berkeley, California junior, along with Elliot Hawkins in the backfield here. 2nd down and 6.
We talked about that last week, maybe putting Hawk and Jakari in the backfield at the same time. That gives you a double threat. So Jakari comes out, though, in this play.
Now working out of the pistol, 4 wide receivers. And Hawkins is lined up to the left of Fry, and there's movement on one of the linemen, Zach Gibson. Another penalty. The Vikings, and if they're not, they are close to being the most penalized team in the conference.
Penalties, turnovers, the 2 things we have to avoid.
Zavon Moore, Mike Davis, Troy Jones, the center. Akinola Soda, the right guard, and Zach Gibson, the right tackle. Joe Young is the starting tight end. Darian Stenard, Rick Fuentes, Jacoby Ballard, Johnson, Turk, they'll all play at wide receiver. Here's the handoff to Hawkins. He's hitting the backfield, and you know what this Baker defense is going to do. They're going to say, come on, young man, you throw the ball. We're not going to let you beat us with the run. It's going to be 3rd down now and about 13 or 14 yards to go. And this is a very opportunistic defense led by Adam Novak up front, Myron Tipton, Josh Koch, and Tyrell Everett, Tucker Pauley, Karan Brown, and Akeem Francis, the linebackers.
Tyrell Everett made that last stop. He weighs in at 265. He's a senior.
3rd down and 14. Vikings deep in their own end in the first quarter. And they're going to keep it on. Oh, if Fry's going to throw it out of there, he's in trouble, dancing around, and now he's going to be sacked. Well, Joe, you have to have a clock in your head, and it says after 3 seconds, get rid of the football, and Fry did not do it, and he's sacked back at the 4. So the Vikings get the ball, positive yards on 1st down, then a 5-yard penalty, then a loss by Hawkins, a sack, and now Villanueva will be standing deep in his own end zone to punt this one away.
Ken, that sack was by Josh Cook, a sophomore out of Concordia, Missouri, right down the road. Also Everett in on there, but good pressure by the Baker front. Now Villanueva right on the back of the end zone to punt this one away. Need a good snap here.
Damon Nolan standing at midfield. This
nice punt.
Kick kind of goes sideways with the spin, picked up by Nolan. Nolan to the Viking 40. Up the sideline, picks up a pick and roll. He's to the 15, to the 10, touchdown. Wildcats, and you could see it coming. He went to the left side, the blocks were there, and he takes that one for a touchdown. And you talk about the offense and the defense, and now the special teams put the Wildcats on the board at 6-0. The Vikings just were not at home at all up that left side.
I'm going to say that was about a 47-yard punt return for Nolan. He got the ball, and boy, they had a nice wall. Baker had a nice wall set on that left side. Once Nolan got past that first wave of tacklers, it was Katie bar the door.
So it's 6-0. Extra point attempt coming by the Wildcats. So the Viking defense has done the job, but special teams and offense unable to help out. Here's Clarence Clark attempting the extra point. Ball is down, kick is on the way, and he fires this one through and goes up into the camera. The scissors lift for the camera. 7-0, 10:33 to go first half. Good crowd from Baker here to root on the Wildcats. We're back with the kickoff in 30 seconds.
The best. It means
means the highest level. Red Cross Pharmacy's Elite Care is just that, the highest level of prescription service. It means your prescriptions are all filled once a month, automatically, without you ever having to call for refills. It means you're notified when your prescriptions are ready. You get all this and more without lifting a finger. You deserve this kind of care. Simplify your life with Elite Care. Visit Red Cross Pharmacy to learn more about this free service. Red Cross Pharmacy has no affiliation with the American Red Cross.
Wow, 7-0, just like that. Damon Nolan takes that one for a touchdown. And boy, when he had the first two Vikings miss, he got up that left side, and boy, you could just from up here see the wall of blockers.
You know, and Ken, last week Evangel turned a punt for a touchdown. I wonder how long it's been since teams in back-to-back weeks have done that against Missouri Valley.
Right.
It does not happen very often.
You're exactly right. Here's the kickoff, and this one is going to go end over end, be taken it by Turk, drops it, picks it up at the 9, reverses to the midfield. Wildcats are there. He's trying to break free, can't do it, and gets to the 13 and surrounded by and swarmed under by a bunch of white jerseys. Good special teams coverage by the Wildcats.
Yeah, that stop that time was made by Birdsong Warren, sophomore out of Lee Summit, Missouri, but once again going to pin the Vikings deep in their own territories. They'll set up shop at their own 12-yard line, trailing 7-0, 10:24 to go in the first quarter. Baker on that 47-yard punt return by Nolan.
This Viking team coming into this game averaging 35 points a game and 497 yards offense. That's still first in the conference. 259 a game rushing.
Got to get Hawk going here.
On first down, out of the shotgun, they'll hand it off to Hawkins. No, Fry's going to keep it on a read play and gets back to the line of scrimmage. Faked it to Hawkins, running to the outside on a sweep, and then he kept it, but just not much there. It'll be second down and 10. This defense gives up only 16 points a game and only 318 yards a game.
And everybody you talk to, I mean, I know Baker's got an explosive offense, but the first thing most people will say is look out for their defense.
And if they can keep the Vikings pinned down here, it's going to be a long afternoon. Second down. Here's Hawkins hit right at the line, and he's going to lose two. And you can just look at the Baker defense right now. They are loading about 8 in the box, or they're playing man-to-man other than that. And now Elliott Hawkins is down with a knee injury, it looks like.
Tyrell Everett was all over the field, the big defensive lineman. He was right there to hit Hawk in the backfield, and he's been all over the field here in these first couple of series.
Well, let's hope that Elliott Hawkins, it's not a knee.
Don't need
but
to lose.
He is holding on to his knee as he was hit, as number 28 tried to get some yardage. And it looked, someone had a hold of his leg, and as he tried to fight for extra yards, that left leg really took a strange twist. So that's probably a knee.
Yeah,
I'm not going to speculate, but Elliott Hawkins may be hurt. The Vikings have had a lot of injuries. Of course, the two to their two quarterbacks, Joe Muriel and Travis Middleton, probably the two most significant, but this certainly late in the season would be as significant as any injury you could have. So let's take a quick break while they work on Elliott Hawkins. It's 7-0 Baker, 9:41 to go first quarter, Viking Sports Network.
Everyone's seen a Toro zero-turning radius mower tied down on a Lawn Pros trailer. It's no wonder. Lawn Pros count on Toro to cut more lawns in less time and leave them looking great. Get your own Toro Time Cutter Z and you can do the same. It can easily maneuver around bird baths, flower beds, and trees so you finish in half the time. Visit Davis Lawn Equipment at 317 North Jefferson in Marshall to experience the Toro Time Cutter Z for yourself and ask about special financing options. Toro, count on it.
ConAgra in Marshall is the local producers of kids' cuisine, banquet frozen dinners and pot pies, and healthy choice cafe steamers. ConAgra is a great place to work, and they're committed to making the foods you and your family love. Over 99% of American homes buy foods made by ConAgra. They work hard every day to earn your trust. They also strive to give back to the communities they serve. To find out more about their products and the company, visit ConAgraFoods.com.
Elliott Hawkins being helped off the field, putting no weight at all on that left leg. So the training staff will work with him, and we'll see. But it's going to be third down and 13. as Jakari Johnson now takes over at that running back spot. Vikings deep in their own end, trailing 7-0, and Fry in trouble again, rolling. He's hit. That's going to be ruled a fumble, and it's going to be picked up, and down to the 1-yard line go the Wildcats. Another turnover, and this time it is Akim Francis who picks it up, and it's going to be 1st and goal from the 1-yard line. The Vikings have already turned it over twice.
Well, I don't think Jeremy Fry knew the guy was coming from behind. It was a good rush by Baker from the backside, and I don't think Jeremy caught him. He cocked his arm to throw, but the arm had not come forward yet, so that was probably a good call. That was a fumble.
38 takeaways now by this Baker defense, and they're about to go up 14-0.
Well, the thing about Elliott Hawkins going out, that's going to hurt the Vikings in their running game, but you wonder what does that do to the mental approach, too. Anytime you lose a star like that, it deflates you for a while, and the Vikings just have to play through this, and somebody needs to step up.
So 1st and goal after yet another takeaway by this Baker defense. They're one of the tops in the country, and they have it 1st and goal at the 1-yard line. Under center, Mara, he'll just push it straight forward, and did he break the plane? He did. Touchdown. So turnover turns into points. It's 13-0. Baker with a lead, and the Vikings need to find something, or this is going to be a long, long afternoon. It's already 13-0 with 9:12 to go here in the first quarter.
Well, the thing about it is the offense has done nothing for Baker yet.
Yeah,
you're right. A fumble recovery and a punt return for a touchdown. That's been it.
So another extra point attempt coming here for Clarence Clark to make it 14-0. And they're working on Elliott Hawkins. They're working on that left leg.
Yeah.
On the knee area down on the table below us. Here's the extra point attempt, and it's up and it's good. So Baker taking advantage of Viking mistakes, and I guess that's kind of been the story of this year so far. And right now it's 14-0 Wildcats. Kickoff, 30 seconds, Viking Sports Network.
Scrap metal can add up to some big dollars. It's Donna with the A&J Auto Salvage in Higginsville, and we're ready to pay you money for all types of things. Old cars to cans, iron to copper, brass to aluminum. We buy it all. Serving mid-Missouri for over 7 years. People say not only do we have great prices, they also like the personal service they get from our locally owned business. So if it's scrap you want to sell or a car part you need to buy, consider A&J Salvage in Higginsville. Just call 1-800-748-7634.
Well, it's quickly 14-0, so Dorian Stenard goes back deep to receive this kick.
You know, I watched Ken that last extra point by Clarence Clark. I think that went halfway to Miami.
Yeah, yeah, he can boot it. He's a good player. And this is a good team. Baker has put it all together. They've really been injury-free all year, and this may be their year. And they have a quick lead here in the first 5 minutes of this one. And here's kick, and this one is going to go to Turk. Runs up, makes the catch at the 13, to the 15. Tries to find a hole, gets to the 26, and then shoved back there. And 10 of the 11 Wildcats are in on that play as the whistle finally blows. So
and finally some halfway decent field position. The Vikes get the ball out to the 20, 26-yard line. But, you know, you go right back to that punt when the Vikings fumbled on the opening punt of the game. The defense holds Baker 3 and out. We were going to get the ball and pumped up at the time. Then we turn it right back over to them around midfield, and you just wonder what an impact that had.
So it is first down for the Vikings. At least they have the ball at their own 26-yard line. Trailing 14-0 early in this one, and that's not what this coaching staff had envisioned or we had envisioned early on. And Fry wants to keep it. A little miscommunication, and he gets maybe a yard. Fumbled the ball, and Baker has it again.
Wow. Wow.
Unbelievable. So that's the third takeaway of the game, and we're not even 5 minutes into this game.
Tucker Pauly, the senior out of Grain Valley, Missouri, a linebacker, came up with that loose ball for Grain Valley for Baker. So, boy, the Wildcats, the offense has done nothing, but they've had a punt return for a touchdown, a fumble recovery on about the 1-yard line they punched in. Now they get another fumble at about the 27. So the Baker offense is saying, hey, guys, we don't have to do anything. We'll just.
Well, you better be careful because that defense back out right now, this is when they may decide, let's launch one and see if we can't get a quick strike. They have the ball at the Viking 27. Already 3 Viking turnovers 5 minutes into the game. Here's Powell straight up the middle. The Vikings do a good job of stopping that running play after the gain of just about 3 yards. That's Adonis Powell, came into the game with 495 yards rushing.
Carlton Kilgore, the big nose guard for the Vikes down there to make the stop. And Carlton down there, nice job. Short gain on the play, second down and about 7.
Wildcats have 4 wide receivers, and they have not thrown the ball like we normally have seen them. But again, it's early. Mara wants to throw. Now they run the draw play to Powell. Powell is tripped up as he gets inside the 20, close to a first down. They'll give him the 18-yard line. I think he'll be about a yard shy of the first down. It'll be third down coming up.
Marky Beltram got him down around the ankles. Nice tackle. So Vikes need a stop here on 3rd and short.
Third down, Mara. Again, they want to run the football, and this time Powell is hit. He is not going to get a first down. Powell did not get to the first down marker. Good job by the Vikings. Maybe another Viking slow to get up over there.
Kilgore. I think Carlton the one to make the stop. He's the one that's slow to get up. But, he stuck him right in the hole there. So 4th down and short, but they're 2 touchdowns ahead.
Yeah.
I think no doubt Baker will go for it here.
Even when you have a kicker like Clarence Clark, they'll go for it. 4th and 2. Ball at the Viking 19-yard line. Mara with Powell behind him. Now goes under center. And the Vikings jump offside. So Mara throws it, and there's going to be interference and offside. Take your pick. Now, there's no question that was offside. There's no question it was pass interference.
And they might have called that play before the snap. I'm not sure if that was a dead ball foul or not. If not, they'll take the interference. If it was a live ball play, they'll take the interference. If it was a dead ball, they'll have to take the offside. I guess, unless the Vikes were drawn off. I mean, I guess they could have been drawn off.
Well, we'll see. They're discussing that right now, but 2 penalties, and I'm pretty sure both on the Vikings.
See what the call is. Turn your mic on. There we go.
Yep.
Okay, so they'll take the interference.
So the pass interference penalty will be accepted, and this will give this high-powered offense the ball.
Well, you see what Morrow did that time, the quarterback for Baker? He knew the Vikings were offside, so he knew he had a free play. He just, as he's falling down, just launched the ball towards the end zone.
Knew it wasn't going to matter. He had a free play. So it's 1st and goal to 5 for Baker. And now the officials want to stop play. Nathan Chitwood is our referee of this crew. But it's 1st and goal to 4. Folks, we still have 7:24 to go in the first quarter. And it's 14-0 Baker. And they have it 1st and goal. They have, and you really can't fault the defense. It's been 2 fumbles by Jeremy Fry, a muff punt. Already 3 turnovers.
Well, and I'm not sure. I mean, Baker didn't really pick that first down up that time. They got it on a penalty.
Yeah. The ball at the 5-yard line. Powell stays in at the running back. Now they'll work out of the shotgun from the right hash mark. Mara wants to throw. He throws it back of the end zone. It's caught out of the end zone and then dropped by Brown. And now he's down a little bit. Cornell Brown.
Good coverage back there by Kobe Lowe. Kobe Lowe got there about the same time the ball did. Yeah, Brown got whacked right. I think he got hit right in the midsection. Yep. I think probably just got the wind knocked out of him, but that was a good defensive play by Kobe. And again, Kobe Lowe is a defensive back for the Vikings. He's a sophomore out of Bellflower, California.
You are listening to Viking football on KMMO FM Marshall, Stretch Internet, and watching on livestream.com. Tonight, Joe and I will have women's basketball just on the internet, on Stretch Internet, just the audio, for at 7 o'clock. As Hannibal LaGrange will be in. So we'll have that for you to get the women's season underway. Congratulations to the men's soccer team. They won last night. We'll go over those scores as we go along this afternoon. Let's take a break while they work on the young man from Cornell Brown, working on him outside the end zone. So let's take a break. We're coming back. 14-0 Baker. Wildcats threatening it again. We'll be right back.
It's holiday season and how long of a break did you want?
Oh, just we better take a minute here. Hey, do you need her recording?
Hey, Jen.
Yeah, I heard everything.
Could you record the Viking post game for me? This Joe. and put it like on 0-0, whatever you want to. Either 0-0-0, 1, 2, 3, or 4, somewhere in there.
Yeah, I can do that.
All right, Jen. Thank you.
No problem.
That's credit cards and EBT.
At Wooden Houston Bank, we put family, farm, and community first. I'm Jason Price, commercial and ag lender with Wooden Houston Bank. I was born and raised in Marshall, taught agriculture education in Saline County for 13 years, and served as an FFA advisor. I'm passionate about the agriculture industry and all the success of those involved, either business or production, and am willing to assist you in making those sound business decisions to move your operation forward. Let's get together today, either in my office or yours. Wooden Houston Bank, where we've been serving farmers since 1874. Member FDIC.
Well, young Mr. Cornell Brown is walking off the field on his own power. Now he's trotting off. I guess just may have got the wind knocked out of him. Let's hope that's all that is. But as it is, it's 1st and goal from the 5. This Wildcat team trying to take a huge early lead here on Greg Mitchell Field. 2nd down and goal. And Morrow will hand it off to Powell. He's hit, tries to fall forward, and gets about to the 3-yard line, maybe the 2, and then the Vikings shove him back there. It'll be 3rd and goal from the 2.
Ken, this Viking defense looks pumped up.
Yeah,
they're playing hard out there, and they really are going. I mean, there was good pursuit on that play. That was Zach Nunn that made the hit for the Vikings, and a good pursuit, but it's 3rd down and short, 3rd and goal from about the 3.
3 wide receivers to the left side on 3rd and goal. Morrow ready to take the snap, hands it to Powell, straight ahead, and he's close to the goal line. Did he get in? There's a mad scramble. He is not going to get in. I think he'll be about the 1-yard line, and the Viking defense they stopped him here. It's going to be 4th down.
Yeah, nice job. This Viking defense they're pumped. They're doing a good job here.
Battle was right down in the midst of that, so was Ricky Williams. They're going for it on 4th down. 4th and goal from the 1-yard line. Here's Powell hit, and he didn't make it. He didn't make it. Oh, did Ricky Williams give him a shot at the 2? Well, you're down 14-0. This defensive unit said not this time, and they stopped Powell, and it was all Ricky Williams.
Kudos to the D that time. Boy, Ricky hit him right when he got the ball that time, and boy, stood him right up and backed him up. I'm surprised Baker didn't kick the field goal right there.
Yeah, they thought they could run it in, and boy, as soon as Powell got the ball, he was hit by Ricky Williams. And Ricky with a big, big play there for the Vikings out of Florida City. That's a big one for him. And he is only a junior. He'll be back. But once again, the Vikes have it 1st down at their own 2.
They're going to try. They're going to run his head. I thought they were going to run the Wildcat, but I guess not.
Nope, they're going to bring Jakari in. And on 1st down, hand it off.
Fry.
And Fry keeps the ball, turns the corner, and that is Stenard, who was in the backfield, rather, and he picks up a 1st down. So they bring Darian Stenard, and Dorian runs for a 1st down. Why not?
That was a read option. Fry decided to keep the ball, got out to the left, and then just kind of shoveled it out to Stenard out in the left flat. And Dorian, a good job running with it after the catch. So most productive play for the offense. Good job.
Jakari Johnson is in the backfield. It's 1st down at the 13-yard line as Stenard picks it up, about 13-yard gain. Fry waits for the snap, gets it, hands it off to Jakari. Nope, they're going to throw it out to the side. That ball is juggled and dropped.
Good thing he dropped. That was a nice decision to drop that ball. Because right there on the stop for Baker was Byron Roth, a defensive back out of Kansas City, and he hit the receiver right when he got the ball. So
pass was intended for Darian Turk. So it'll be 2nd down and 10. 14-0 Baker, but it could be worse.
Well, if you missed it, folks, if you just tuned in, Viking star running back Elliott Hawkins hurt on the 2nd series of the game, and some kind of leg injury. We're not sure exactly where to the extent, but he's out right now.
So it is 2nd down and 10 after the incomplete pass. Jakari Johnson becomes the running back in the pistol, and they give it to him. Jakari looking for a hole. There's just nothing there. Nothing there as he tries to run between the tackles. It'll be 3rd and 9. That is a tough defensive line.
The only thing about Jakari is a good enough athlete. He has the potential to break a big play against this defense. I mean, they're very tough, but Jakari's got a lot of skills.
Vikings going now with all the wide receivers. Fuentes, Turk, McDaniel all lined up to the right side. Stenard lined up to the left on 3rd down and 9 from the 14. Back to throw is Fry. Steps up, throws, sideline. Catch is made and bobbled out of bounds, incomplete.
Yeah.
Stenard was backing up toward the Baker sideline. Just couldn't reel it in. That would have been a first down, but a nicely thrown ball. But that time, Fry had time to throw it.
That was a good pass by Jeremy. He stuck that one right in there. Stenard right. Probably had about 30 guys covering him because he's right, like you said, right in front of that Baker bench. And I'm sure he got a lot of help over there from the Wildcats.
Yeah, that's one that Dorian would have caught normally this season catches. Here comes the rush, and Villanueva has to get this one away. It spins end over end. It bites at midfield, and that's where Rick Fuentes is going to down it. So the good field position for the Wildcats as they'll take over the Viking 49. We have 4:58 to go in the first quarter. 14-0, Baker with a lead. Let's see if the Viking defense can come on and make something happen and help their offense out here.
Well, we need some kind of a break, a turnover. We need to flip this field position if we can. We've got 4:58 left to play in the first quarter. It's 14-0 Baker. The Cats scored on a 47-yard punt return and then recovered a fumble on the Valley 1-yard line. That's how they've scored their 2 touchdowns.
Empty backfield for Mara as he'll take the snap. Backpedal to his own 40.
Flag.
Another flag is down. Throw over the middle. Ball is tipped. Incomplete and out. The Vikings should have had an INT there. Now there is a flag down. Let's see what the penalty is. But boy, that ball was tipped, and 2 Vikings had a shot at it. Neither one could come up with it. And I think that ball went right off the hands of a couple of Vikings there. Boy, that would have been tough.
Jacob King was one of them, and then I don't have
this.
It's
Cody
number.
Hendricks.
Cody's
wearing number 46
right.
sometimes.
Cody Hendricks and Jacob King both were there, both ran together, and really either one of them could have caught it. Just a good aggressive play and a bad break for the Vikings.
Well, I don't know what this is all about. A flag was thrown, and now they're saying it's still 1st and 10.
Come on, guys. Motion. Formation.
Illegal formation. Okay.
Yeah, I knew there had to be something.
Well, so that interception would have stood, and boy, that's what Joe the Vikings should have had.
That would have flipped the field position.
Should have
exactly
had that
what
one.
we needed. You got to make, and you can't fault the 2 guys. They were both going after the ball, and just
you got to make that play.
Yeah.
When you're playing a team like this, those are breaks you have to make. So it's 1st and 15 from the Baker 45-yard line. Mara has Cornell Brown in the backfield. They give him the ball. He's a speedster. Nice juke step. Gets back to the original line of scrimmage on the left hash mark and into Viking territory at the 48-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 9.
Marky Beltram, Ricky Williams there to make the stop. I'm trying to see if I see Elliot Hawkins on the sideline down there. I can't spot him yet. I'll keep looking.
It is 2nd down and 8. Mara back to throw this time. Pocket holds none. Chases can't get him. Now he's going to throw it to the sideline, and the catch is made. What a nice catch. A juggling catch ruled complete to Damon Nolan, and that will be close to it. Will be a 1st down.
That's a shame because Zach Nunn was right on the heels of Morrow when he threw that ball. Almost a sack that time, but a good throw by the quarterback and a good juggling catch by Nolan.
4 wide receivers from the left hash mark. Hand it off. This time Brown is hit, and Cornell's going down. A loss of 2. As that Viking defense against the run has really been solid this afternoon. That's Jacob King leading that charge.
Jacob King and Ricky Williams both were there to make that stop, and they did a good job as they dumped Brown for about a 1-yard loss. So 2nd and 11, 3:45 to go in the first quarter, 14-0. The number 3 team in the nation, Baker on top of Missouri Valley.
2nd down from the Viking 41-yard line. Morrow back to throw. Steps up in the pocket, throws on the middle. Ball is juggled and dropped, and what a hit by King.
Beltram, I think.
Beltram. Markey hit him as that was Jalen Rose who tried to hang on, and whoa, did he take a shot. Yeah, Markey Beltram.
Yeah, that's a good play by Markey again. He got there just when the ball, and I'm telling you, Ken, this defense is pumped today. They're playing better than I've seen them play all season.
3rd down and 11 from the 41-yard line. Mara wants to throw again. Here comes the blitz. He throws it out of the backfield. Cornell Brown makes a man miss, makes another one miss, but he is going to go down. No, he's still on his feet. And finally, Kyronton Kilgore says enough is enough and gets him back at the 42-yard line.
Kyronton says, I'm taking my helmet off, man, and I'm bringing you down, and that's exactly what he did.
He almost got out of that pile, but as it is, Kilgore got him. And how about the job by this defense?
Well, we're getting a good pass rush today on Morrow, and that's what you've got to do against a good quarterback. They're getting back in his wheelhouse, and So another punt is looks like Darian's going to stand back about his own 10-yard line to field this one.
Tompkins been able to put a lot of height on these punts and does it again. And this time they're going to let this one bound inside the 5. Wow. But the Wildcats are there, and they'll down at the 1.
Wow.
So field position has just not been in favor of the Vikings at all. This one is down at the 1-yard line.
How about the special teams play at Baker so far?
Yeah,
They've had great punts. They've had that punt return.
Had a punt return for a touchdown. They recovered a muff punt. So special teams really has led to 2 of the scores of this game. Vikings again, shadow of their own goal line from the 1-yard line. 2:29 to go, 14-0. You can't make a mistake down here.
Need a big play by somebody. Somebody's got to step up and make it happen.
Johnson is the running back. You can't get tackled in the end zone either. You got to get out of there. 2 wide receivers off to the left side. And on first down, Jakari Johnson trying to run wide.
He's out there.
Jakari has some room.
Nice job.
Gets across
close to
the 10
down.
to the 11, close to a first down.
It is a first down, I think.
Yep, he got 11 yards in the first down. So the Vikings get out of the shadow of their own goal line.
I predict Jakari's going to break one before the day is over.
Could use one right here, long run. Vikings had 2 tight ends in during that run. First down from the 11-yard line. Johnson again trying to run to his left, and he didn't fool him this time. He was wrapped up for a loss.
That was Byron Roth, the senior out of Kansas City. He's defensive back. He came up from that defensive secondary position and got Jakari for looks like about a 5-yard loss.
So 2nd and 15. You know, Joe, the way this defense is playing, I wouldn't take any chances down here at all. Punt the ball. Maybe your defense could pick one off.
And I'm just watching the body language, the Viking defense sitting down in front of us. Those guys they're pumped. They're feeling good about what they've done at least so far.
2nd down and 15 after the loss of 5 by Johnson. Fry waits for the snap at his own 3-yard line. And he gives it to Jakari again. Left side, Jakari has some room.
Yeah, good job.
Lowers the shoulder, gets across the 15 out to about the 18. It'll be manageable now, 3rd and 4.
I'd say that was about a 12-yard pickup. It is a good job by Jakari. Got to the outside. That's the same place he went on that run. He picked up the first down a minute ago. So 3rd down and 4 for the Vikings.
Looks like Baker playing some man-to-man. Avery Parker has Denard one-on-one. On this 3rd down and 4, boy, looks like they're going to bring their linebackers. They have everybody stacked in there. This is a good defensive unit. Fry takes a look, waits for the snap, gets it, and gives it off to Johnson again. Johnson fighting for first down yardage. He's very close. He gets across the 25 to the 26. But he's going to be about a yard shy. No, he got the first down. He stretched to the 27, and that's a first down.
The chain guys were ready to move, and the officials say, wait a minute, guys, not so fast.
Yeah, I didn't think he had it. Now they say move it.
Okay, now move it. Okay.
Wow,
good job. Good job by the Vikings. First down and 15. 2 nice runs by Jakari Johnson. Not only to get a first down, but to get the Viking offense out of the hole.
Ball at the 23-yard line. 2 big first downs there. Late first quarter. They go to Fry. He keeps it. Hang on to the ball, Jeremy.
Yeah, good
he
job.
Gets across the 25 to the 28.
That was that read option. Both guys had the ball for about 3 yards down the field, and finally Jeremy pulled it out and kept it himself. But that's a gain of 5 on first down for the Vikings.
That may be the final play of the first quarter if the Vikings do not have to run another play if they choose not to. And let's see if they will with just seconds remaining. And Nigel Daw in the backfield now for the first time. And the Vikes will run one more play. No, they will not. That's going to do it for the first quarter. Baker off to a strong start, but the Viking defense hanging in there. It's 14-0 Wildcats. We're through one quarter at Greg Mitchell Field on the Viking Sports Network.
Young athletes often run the risk of strain or injury. It's good to know that Fitzgibbon Rehabilitation Services is on.
Just a minute?
Yeah, take a minute here.
Okay.
Physical therapy. Many highly specialized certified techniques designed to put athletes back at the top of their game. So when your doctor prescribes outpatient physical therapy, remember Fitzgibbon Rehabilitation Services is close by for adult, pediatric, and athletic physical rehabilitation. Learn more at fitzgibbon.org.
Get paid for your performance. Be part of Weber's team. Wheat growers across the country rely on AgriMax wheat for exceptional yields, quality, and dependability. Backed by powerful research, testing, and localized production, wheat growers enjoy the industry-leading performance of AgriMax wheat varieties on their farm. Join forces with Weber Seeds and Marshall on AgriMax wheat to meet your goals this season. Call Weber Seeds and find out more about AgriMax.
Grow the best with us, Weber Seeds.
Couple of big first downs for the Vikings. They try to cut into this 14-0 deficit, and they have it 2nd down and 5. Nice run by Jeremy Fry. The Vikings now have the ball thrown 27-yard line.
Yeah, the offense started to get themselves established a little bit here.
Daw in the backfield. Washington also in there now for the Vikings. Martin Washington. And they give it off to him. Washington running left. Hit, fumbles the ball. And there's another turnover. Ball still loose. It's inside the 5. It's going to go into the end zone. That may be a safety. Or is it going to be at the 1-yard line? It's going to be Vikings ball. Boy, Washington was hit, and that ball just popped out. The Wildcats could not pick it up. The ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Vikings. But if that went inside the pylon, it's probably going to be a safety. Yep, it's a safety. So mark down turnover number 4.
Wow.
For the Vikings. This defense, Joe, you just can't keep asking them to come out there and doing the great job they're doing when the offense not helping them out. And that's already 4 turnovers. Vikings had 7 in the game earlier this year and already 4, and we're just starting the second quarter. You got to protect the football.
Yeah, and the Vikings were showing some signs of moving the ball that time. That's the sad thing. The defense has held Baker a couple of times and stuffed him on 4th down. The offense, you kind of felt the Vikings were starting to get a little bit of momentum, and now that was a costly turnover.
Real costly. 4 turnovers already. And now the Vikings will have to either kick it off or punt. They get their choice, but Baker's going to get great field position again. So field position has just been huge in this game. But Washington, first carry of the game, coughs it up. And we're fortunate it wasn't 7 because one of the Wildcats had a clean chance to pick that up and run into the end zone.
Yeah.
But when the Vikings tried to get it, and it
probably a good move by whoever the Viking was that tipped it. I mean, at least you gave up 2 points instead of 7. So it looks like Villanueva is going to punt it from his own 20-yard line.
Now Baker has not their offense, but their defense and special teams have dominated the early portions of this game. So it is now 16-0. Joe, against good teams, you have to protect the ball because football, they're coming after that football. And here's a nice high spiral. Sends Nolan back to his own 20, makes the catch of the back pedal. Now he tries to get back to the 30. He gets to the 27, and that's where the Vikings will go to work defensively, and the Wildcats come back out. So let's see if the defense can do it one more time.
Yeah, that was Jawan Cassidy was the first one to get downfield, and also on the stop, Cameron Creighton for the Vikings. That might have been, I could tell it's 58 or 59. Could have been Dylan Babb, I'm not sure, but I know Cassidy was the first one to make contact. Offsides on the kicking team, number 33, that's a punter. They called offsides on Villanueva.
I guess you can't be across a certain line, so now the Vikes have to kick it over again. There's yet another mistake by special teams. And so now the Vikings will have to punt it again. And, boy, I don't think you're going to get that kind of field position again.
We'll see. That was a nice kick by Villanueva. A nice, high, tight spiral, but a good catch back there. Nolan.
So now they have to re-kick from the 15, so you cannot cross that line when you punt it.
Yeah, I would bet we won't get the same field position, but who knows?
Villanueva will punt it again after a 5-yard penalty.
Stay back behind the line, Dizzy.
Nolan is deep along with Cornell Brown. All right, Villanueva stays behind the line, and this one is high but a lot shorter. Nolan grabs it at his own 43. Little juke move, gets to the 45 and down at the 49-yard line. So they pick up about 25 yards.
Yeah. they'll take it right about midfield, leading already 16-0 with 14:42 to go in the first half.
And they will mark that ball just shy of midfield. The Viking defense has been pretty good this afternoon. In fact, I don't think Monty Rowe could want any more than what he's gotten out of his defensive unit. But it's 16-0, 4 turnovers already.
Well,
3
really
fumbles and a muff punt.
Have to hold Baker at bay right here. It's still a 2-possession game, but you don't want to let them go up by 3. So need to really bend their ears back and do it one more time.
First down at the 49-yard line for the Wildcats. Good crowd of Baker fans across the way. And here's Mara back to throw. Now they throw the screen.
Oh, yeah,
and the Vikings
Beltran.
stop it.
Marky Beltram right there to hit Brown. That wasn't Brown. That
Powell.
was, Powell that caught the ball. And, boy, Marky stood him up right the same time the ball got there. That's a gain of maybe a yard, a very short yard.
So it's 2nd down and 9. Again, the ball just shy of midfield. Once again, the Vikings come up with a good play defensively, and they were putting some pressure on Mara as well.
Hey, good pass rush that time.
Mara standing back at his own 45-yard line. Back pedals to the 40, throws to the sideline.
I think that ball hit the ground, I think. I think that hit the ground. Yeah, they're going to say it did. Yeah, that was a trap.
They tried to throw it to the Viking 35-yard line. The official behind the play was going to rule to catch, but the official with a good look at it said no, incomplete. So it's 3rd down and 10 from midfield. See some of the Viking defense get hold again against this very powerful offense. 3rd down and 9 from midfield. Vikings show blitz. Mara, the junior quarterback out of Gilroy, California, will work out of the pistol. Now, timeout taken by the Wildcats. There was some confusion. 14-10 to go in the first half. 16-0 Baker. We'll be back with the 3rd down play in 30 seconds on the Viking Sports Network.
Viking Athletic Goods in the Marshall Square is your apparel headquarters for all your favorite teams. KC Chiefs, Mizzou Tigers, Missouri Valley Vikings, Marshall Owls, Slater Wildcats, Santa Fe Chiefs, and much more. Pullovers, hoodies, sweats, even socks with logos. Viking Athletic Goods also carries a nice selection of crazy socks. And for going to the games, you'll find the best stadium seats anywhere at Viking Athletic Goods on the Marshall Square.
Well, the Vikings will wrap up the regular season in Olathe next week against Mid-American Nazarene. Mid-American Nazarene playing in Fayette against CMU today. And if the Vikes cannot come back and win this one, they won't make the playoffs this year. That'd be their 4th loss, and Baker would claim the South title and move on. So 3 quarters of football yet to play, though. The Viking defense can come up with a big play. How about a pick 6 here, Joe? That'd put the Vikes right back.
Oh, it sure would. We need a big mistake here. That would be good.
16-0 Wildcats. Ball at midfield on 3rd and 10. After a safety, good field position. Working out of the shotgun. Mara back to throw. Rushes on over the middle. It's incomplete. Boy, that's a good thing that Cornell Brown didn't touch that ball because
Nate Desimone
was about ready to lay him out.
Yeah, Nate Desimone was right there. So once again, the Viking defense comes in. I tell you, Ken, you look at Baker, they don't have very many yards of offense here in the first half.
It is all special teams and short field. Again, it's 16-0, but a punt return in there.
Come on, Darian. Darian needs to break one like he did last week against Evangel. He had that big punt return to set up the winning touchdown.
Turk back at his 10-yard line. High snap, pulled down. Here's the punt. And it's a nice high spiral. Turk grabs it at the 10. Good special teams coverage, and he's going maybe about 5 yards up that left hash mark, and that's it. Again, the Vikings deep in their own end at the 15-yard line.
I'll tell you, this Baker punt unit's really done a fine job keeping the Vikings pinned back in their own territory.
They certainly have done that. First down at the 15-yard line for Valley. The Vikings are 6-3 on the year. Baker 8-1. Their only loss to Benedictine late in that game. They had the lead and gave it up.
Jakari Johnson, the running back, I believe.
Fry is the quarterback. Delvon Franklin, the blocking back from the 15-yard line. And they give it to Jakari running to
There's
the
a
left.
lane, there's a
Jakari's got
lane.
a lane, gets across the
Nice
20,
job.
out to the 29, 30-yard line, and that's a gain of 15 and a first down. One of the best plays the Vikings have had all game.
Yeah, the Vikings starting to move the ball a little bit now. If we just hold on to it, take care of it. And I tell you, Jakari, I just got that feeling he's going to break one before the day's over.
First down and 10 from the 30-yard line. Vikings have not been in Baker territory yet today. Working out of the pistol. Fry turns, hands to Johnson again. Jakari right up the middle, pushed back as he got to the line of scrimmage. There was just nothing there. He tried to go back to his right and was swarmed under, and it'll be second down. I think that was Tucker Pauley.
Yeah, he was there, and also Myron Tipton, defensive lineman. So good D by Baker that time. No gain on the play. Second down at about 10, ball right on the 30-yard line.
Johnson and Jacoby Bellard are wide to the left. Stenard wide right. Second down and 10 from the 30 as the Wildcats now showing blitz.
Could be a passing down here. We'll see.
Fry takes a look at the wristband. Young freshman turns, hands it off. They again work to the left side. Johnson has a hole up the sideline, and he steps out at the 40. Let's see where they mark him on the Viking sideline. If it's the 40-yard line, it is very close to a first down. They say first down, ball right at the 40. So the Vikes have their best field position of the afternoon.
Again, something you don't see all that often, a nice block by a wide receiver. And that time, Mikael Johnson did a nice job. He was flanked out to the left. He blocked the outside linebacker, gave Jakari room to run, and Jakari went right through that hole to get the first down. So good job, Mikael.
Ball right at the 40-yard line. Johnson again. Nope, Fry throws it. Almost picked off. Threw into triple coverage, trying to get it to Bellard, and it's a good thing that wasn't picked off. It was batted up in the air, and they couldn't get to it. They already have 23 picks this year. It'll be second down and 10.
Byron Roth, the senior out of Kansas City, we've called his name quite a bit. He was there in the coverage for Baker. So second down and 10 for the Vikings. Ball on their own 40. 12:21 to play in the half. Vikings trail it here at home, 16-0.
At halftime, we have several guests for you. We'll talk about that after this play. Second down and 10 from their own 40. Left hash mark for Jeremy Fry in this offense. They fake it. Fry rolls, throws, sideline. Made and dropped by Dorian Stenard.
Wow. Good throw by Fry.
And he would have had it at the 48. And even if he goes down there, it's 3rd and 2. But he just took his eyes off it and dropped the ball.
Yeah, that's twice that Fry's made good throws to Stenard. Normally Dorian a very sure-handed receiver, but he's dropped a couple today so far.
So he'll check out. Vikings will bring another tight end, and Joe Young will come in.
Dorian made that big play. We were down by, 2 touchdowns last week. He took that ball away from a defensive back down at Evangel that brought us within 1. That was a big play in that game.
Well, instead of 3rd and 2, it's 3rd and 10 from the 40. Fry in the pocket. He's got a scramble. He's going to throw it down the sideline and throws it away. Ballard was over there, and also Mikael Johnson, but there was no chance to complete that, so he threw it away, and Villanueva will come into punt.
One of the Baker coaches caught that ball about 5 yards out of bounds. Made a nice catch.
Well, I'm glad he didn't try to throw it up the sideline. That could have been turnover number 5. So Villanueva standing his own 25 to punt it away. Nolan, who already has 1 punt return for a touchdown, is back to receive this.
He's about due to fumble one, maybe.
Rushes on.
Nice kick.
Nice high spiral. Fair catch called for. Nolan makes it to 25, and that's where the Wildcats will take over. At halftime, we're going to visit with Danielle Durham. She's the head of the marketing department. Pam Reeder, who's the head of the Bureau Library. And also, we're going to visit with Carl Murphy, who's the head women's wrestling coach. So we'll visit with all 3 of those folks at halftime today.
All right, defense, let's see if we can do it again. They've risen to the occasion about 4 or 5 different times already today.
It's 16-0, but you can't pin any of that on the defense. What you can pin on them is they stopped a nice goal line stand to prevent another score. 3 wide receivers left side out of the shotgun. Mara, they run a little option play, hands it off. Powell gets a yard. The Vikings really stingy against this offense this afternoon.
I think that was Moyad Maxwell got down around the ankles along with Zach Nunn. So pretty good defense by the Vikes that time.
2nd down and 8, a gain of 2 by Adonis Powell, a young man out of El Paso, Texas. Vikings on 2nd down. Morrow back to throw. Steps up in the pocket, and he's hit. He gets away. Now gets away from King, and King finally pulls him down from behind. He was hit back at the 20, somehow escaped, and then King ran him down, missed him once, and then got him at about the 32.
Well, give Cody King credit. He missed him. It would have been very easy for him just to pound the ground and feel sorry for himself, but he went up and chased Morrow and ran him down. And Ken, I see Elliott Hawkins down on the sideline. He's limping, but he's still on the sideline. I don't think you're going to see him back in the game today, but he is at least walking.
3rd down at about 4. Mara takes the snap, backpedals, throws down the sideline. Catch is dropped by
Toby Lowe. Good play.
Clarence Clark dropped it.
Toby Lowe, right. Toby Lowe jarred that ball loose, so Toby got up and got a hand on it. He was step for step with Clarence Clark that time, and once again, the Viking defense answers the bell.
Yep, 3 and out again, and this offense has got to be going, what in the world's going on here? But this is the defense that you used to see in the Vikings play. 16-0. Another punt coming for Jacob Tompkins. Now let's see.
Should get fairly decent field position this time.
If Darian Turk can do something with it. Boy, there's a nice line drive spiral, sends Turk back to his own 15. Hit immediately, and how did he hang on to the ball?
Wow, what a tackle that time. That was that Rhodes or Roth? That was Byron Roth. Boy, he's been all over this field today, and he hit Turk hard. Boy, Darian did a great job hanging on to that one.
Some scores for you late 4th quarter. Avila beating Evangel 34-27 in Kansas City. Peru rolling over Culver Stockton 58-7. Halftime, Grandview Benedictine, no score. And Mid-America Nazarene a 28-0 lead over CMU at the half.
Mid-America, that's who we play next week, and that'll be another tough one.
All right, the Vikings have it, but once again, deep in their own end. Great special teams coverage by the Wildcats, who lead 16-0.
I've been very impressed with their special teams play.
Nigel Dawes, the running back. They give it to the young man. Now Fry's going to keep it, and he gets about a yard. Didn't fool anybody. He tried to make a cut. He was stopped after a gain of a yard. It'll be 2nd down and 9.
That was Tucker Pauly again, the senior linebacker out of Grain Valley there to make that stop. No gain on the play. Jakari Johnson comes in. Looks like Delvon Franklin's going to come out. So going to put Jakari, going to put him flanked out, I guess, as a wide receiver.
2nd down and 10. Trips to the left side. That's the short side of the field. As the Vikings look to move downfield. 10:05 to go in the first half. Fry gives it off to Daw. Daw try to run to his right, and he slipped and goes down at the 15. That'll be a loss of a couple. It'll be 3rd and 12. You're listening to KMMO FM in Marshall. Stretch Internet and watching on livestream.com. But 16-0 Baker. 3rd and 12.
Yeah, need something big to happen here. Dawes the running back. Of course, Fry still the quarterback. 9:30 left to play in the half. Still plenty of time, but we got to get something rolling here shortly.
Johnson, Bellard wide to the left side. On this 3rd down play, the Vikes are going to keep it on the ground to Dawn. He gets back to the original line of scrimmage, running right side +1. It'll be 4th and 9. But I don't fault that call at all, Joe. You're down here, they're looking for something. You've got to punt the ball and just get out of there. Somehow try to flip this field position.
That last stop made by Nick Shondell, a junior lineman out of Roland Park, Kansas. So Villanueva is going to stand back inside of his 5, back about the 4-yard line, right on the 5 now to punt this one away to Baker.
He's one of the best in the country, averaging 44.9 yards a punt. He needs one here. Rushes on right up the middle, and this one is end over end away from Nolan. Takes a Viking bounce inside the 45, but again, very good field position by the Wildcats. They'll take over at their own 42-yard line.
Ugly, good punt by Villanueva that time. Kind of a low spinning line drive, but it took a good Viking roll, and probably better than if he'd hung one a high spiral up there.
So here comes the defense again, and the Viking defense has been superb here in the first half. It's 16-0 Wildcats, and you say, well, how can you say the defense is superb? They have been on the field a long, long time.
Yeah.
They've had a goal line stand. You had a punt return for a touchdown. They had a safety of a fumble. So really, and then a short field after the muff punt. So the defense really hadn't done much wrong.
No, they played well. Let's see if we can keep it up.
First down from the 42-yard line for Mara. And he will throw it back to Clark, and Clark makes the catch and picks up about 8. He looked to run to the left and flip back, threw it to Clarence Clark, and Clark picks up about 7 yards. It'll be second down, and let's give him 6. It'll be second 4, 48-yard line.
Zach Nunn and Terrence Hollins-White on the stop for the Vikings, gain of about 7.
Want to run the ball to give it off to Brown, and he's hit right at the line of scrimmage, falls forward to the 49. Not much there for Cornell Brown. It'll be third down and 3, and the Viking defense trying to hold another 3 and out.
Jonathan Battle made that last stop for the Vikings. He's a defensive back out of Bartow, Florida.
Third and 3 from their own 49-yard line.
Come on, D, one more time.
Mara runs a draw play. Oh, the Vikings had him stopped. Now he gets the first down. Vikings had Brown stopped, but he got away, and just enough to pick up a first down on the draw play at the Viking 44-yard line.
Colby Lowe finally wraps him up, but somebody hit him right about the line of scrimmage. But a good job. Brown's a good runner. He spun out of the tackle and picked up the first down, taking the ball into Viking territory at the 44.
And that's the first down for quite some time for these Wildcats. Morrow, they don't waste any time. Throws and completes this one again to Clark. Clark working the left side, and he gets down to the 40-yard line. That's a gain of 4, second down and 6. Second catch of the day, 50th catch of the year for Clarence Clark.
Colby Lowe, Jacob King there to make the stop. And the ball right on the 40, 7-11 left to play in the half. Vikes down by 16.
Done out. Nate Higgins in at defensive end. Second down and 6. They'll run it right up the middle. Get down to the 35-yard line. And it'll be third down and a yard. They just don't take any time at all between plays. Cornell Brown running the football there. The Vikings bring Suter in as they hustle in defensive substitutions.
Tyreton Kilgore that last stop for the Vikings.
3rd and 1. Out of the pistol. Morrow will wait for the snap at the Viking 40. There was a little movement up front, but Vikings got back out of the neutral zone.
Is he going? I thought maybe he was going under center for a minute, but now he's back in the pistol.
Brown is the running back. He wants to throw, pump fake, and the Vikings whiff on him. He throws, completes it to Brown, and he is short of the first down at the 35. One of the Vikings just whiffed. I thought they had Mara, but then he flipped it to his running back, Cornell Brown, but the Vikings stopped him shy of the first down. It's 4th and 1.
I think that was Tyreton. Tyreton Kilgore, one of the guys in the backfield, and Tyreton comes limping out. And that's a shame because they had Morrow pinned back for about a 10-yard loss. As it is, they get up where it's a very makeable 4th down, 4th and about a yard.
Well, can the defense hold again? They did it once on the goal line. We're in the second quarter, 16-0. Baker with a lead. And now they're taking some time. They take a timeout here. 5:42 to go. It's 4th down and 1.
Well, can you afford to give up any kind of points here because we're still within 2 possessions right now, but don't want to give them a 3-possession lead.
5:36 to go in the first half. 16-0 Baker. Vikings hanging in there. Let's see if they can get another stop. We're back in 30 seconds, Viking Sports Network.
Peak Sport and Spine is Missouri's largest provider of outpatient orthopedic physical therapy. I'm Ron Renard, clinic director and physical therapist. Using the latest manual and soft tissue techniques, we help you regain your optimal level of function. We can meet the needs of the weekend warrior to the elite athlete. We also specialize in workers' compensation, helping you get back to your job quickly and safely. If your physician prescribes physical therapy, choose Peak Sport and Spine. See us locally in Sedalia, Fayette, Marshall, and now in Sweet Springs, or visit us at peaksportandspine.com.
Well, it's going to be 4th down and a yard for the Wildcats. They used their second timeout of the half. Again, Joe and I will head to the Burns Center, 7 o'clock. Women's basketball will get a first look at the Lady Vikings, who have picked 6th in the preseason, and they'll take on Hannibal LaGrange. The men start the season tonight in Hannibal against the Trojans. Tuesday night we were going to have basketball. We will not now. We'll have men's soccer as Mid-American Nazarene will be here in the conference semifinals, so we'll have that on live stream for you next Tuesday night. 4th and 1. The Wildcats took a timeout to talk about this play. And let's see what they've come up with. Mara out of the pistol now. Walks up to his center, Tanner Clark.
One more time, guys. Let's shut him down. I thought maybe again he was going under center, but he's not.
Going to change the play. Back pedal to throw. Big rush is on. He scrambles. He throws. Clark is open up the sideline. Got away from Desimone. First down at the 25.
Yeah, once again, the Vikings had pretty good pressure on Morrow. He did a good job of scrambling out to the left and found Mr. Clark out in the left flat, and that's going to be a first down all the way down inside right at the 25-yard line.
Well, first down for the Wildcats. They'll run the ball. Not much there. Again, giving it off to Cornell Brown right up the middle. Picks up a yard or so.
You know, Ken, that shows how much respect, though, Baker has for this Viking defense. They had 4th and less than a yard, and they threw the ball.
Yeah. And they just trying to run it, and the Vikings are not letting them do that. 5 minutes to go in the first half. All the points on the scoreboard belong to the Wildcats. Vikes just really cannot let them score here again.
Nope. Can't give him anything, really.
2nd down and 8. They run a little sweep play and give it off again to Brown. He gets inside the 20, down to the 18, but another big 3rd down coming up.
That was Marky Beltram. Marky got him down around the ankles to trip him up.
Jeff Desir checks in. A little more extra beef on that front line now. He's coming in, and Kilgore's coming out.
Kyerton limping a little bit. He's played a pretty good game so far. Looks like maybe I don't know if he just needs a rest or if he tweaked something.
3rd and 5 from the 20, left hash mark. Cornell Brown remains the running back. Mara waits for the snap, hands it off to Brown, hit right at the line, goes down. Ricky Williams is on his back, and it's going to be 4th down, and I guess Clarence Clark probably will try a field goal now.
Ricky was there. Ricky Williams was there. Also, Dietrich Allen was there, I believe, to make the stop for the Vikings. So pretty good defense. Another good job by the Vikes. And let's see, is Clark out there? I don't see him. Yeah, he is. He's out
they're going to try the field goal here.
Yep.
Ball is spotted down at the 27, so a 37-yard attempt, no problem with his leg from the left hash mark. Clark 37. He's 8 out of 15 on the year, as long as 55. And there's all kinds of movement here. False start on the Wildcats, so now
that'd be a 42-yard field goal, but we've seen him hit one from 62, haven't we?
59. Yeah. And it could have been 69. 3:34 to go. 16-0. Ball again at the left hash mark. Holding is Bennett White. So now it's a 42-yard attempt from the left hash mark for Clark, as I mentioned, out of Phoenix. 5'10", 185-pound sophomore, 8 out of 15 on the year.
Somebody needs to block this one. Get us good field position.
42-yard attempt, left hash mark. Wildcats up 16-0. Good snap. Ball is on the way, and it is good. Wow, it just sounds different when he kicks the ball, doesn't it? Oh, my, he boomed that one through. So it's 19-0, 42-yard field goal. But again, I feel that's somewhat of a victory for this Viking defense, as the defense has done the job against this high-powered offense. Now let's see if the Vikes can get a little bit of a little momentum, get some field position, and get something going here.
Well, and Ken, as much time as the defense has spent on the field in this first half to hold them to that one lone field goal, that's been a pretty impressive first half.
This defense has been out there a lot. Well, let's see if we can't get a return here. The Vikings will get the ball to start the second half. Dorian Stenard, Darian Turk are back deep. Katy Trail Community Health, Davis Lawn Equipment of Marshall, Marshall Diesel, Central Missouri Ag Supply, Elmer Hare Ford Sales in Marshall, the Heinzler Brothers all with us on our broadcast this afternoon. Clark does not kick off those duties. Rolando Perez. And he'll send this one toward Turk.
Wow, that's deep.
And that is through the end zone.
He nailed that one. It goes over the soccer goal down there, way past the goal post.
Not much of a breeze here, but he boomed that one. So the Vikings will take over at their own 25, and believe it or not, that'll be about the best field position to start a drive we've had all afternoon. 19-0. Baker with the lead.
We had the privilege of not having to face Mr. Clark last year. I think he got hurt early in the season, but boy, and last year we ended up beating them in overtime. So he's a real deal with both his leg is a kick and his leg is a receiver. He's pretty good, pretty fast receiver.
All right, let's see what the Vikings could do here late first half. Daw is the running back. He's to the left. I believe Washington is to the right of Fry, or that's Johnson to the right. Fry wants to throw it, launches it down the sideline. Johnson's there, makes the catch. Was he inbounds?
No. They say no.
He was between two defenders and was open at the 45, but the pass from Jeremy Fry sailed to the outside, and everybody on the Baker sideline was officiating that one, and the guys in the striped shirts agreed. But that would have been a nice 20, 25-yard gain. As it is, it's incomplete.
Yeah, the officials got a lot of help. If they'd been on this sideline, I'm sure they'd made the same call. But pretty good throw by Fry that time.
2nd down and 10. Problem is, now that stops the clock. If you don't get a first down, Baker's going to get one more crack at it here. Fry waits for the snap and going to hand it off to Johnson. Johnson needs a block. No, Fry now keeps it, and he completes it up the sideline to Jacoby Bellard. Faked the handoff to
I'm
Johnson.
like you. I thought Jakari had the ball. I'm seeing a block. I thought, man, he's going to break one here, and all of a sudden there's a pass completely on the other side of the field.
And Jacoby Bellard picked up about 5 yards, so good fake. And I'll tell you, Johnson carried out that fake, so it's 3rd and 5. 3rd and 5 from the 30-yard line. That was the first catch of the day for Jacoby Bellard. Bellard now has 12 on the year, and there's a flag down. Legal substitution on the offense, so there's a 5-yard penalty.
Now 3rd and 5 becomes 3rd and 6, comes 3rd and 11. 3rd and 10, I guess, was 3rd and 5.
McDaniel will check out. Franklin is coming in as a blocking back. Jacoby Bellard will check in. 2:38 and counting here in the first half. 19-0 Baker. Johnson is the running back behind Fry in this pistol. And they fake it to him. They give it to him this time. No, they didn't. Fry still has it. Throws it down the sideline. Completes it to your favorite guy, Rick Fuentes, for a first down at midfield.
I guarantee you Rick's not going to drop it. Nice job. And that was a nice play. Very good play fake by Jeremy Fry. Took his time, gave Fuentes time to get open, and Jeremy stuck it right there. That's a big play for the Vikes.
First down at the 49-yard line. Nicely thrown ball, and Fuentes made the catch. He always seems to come up with a big play.
I don't think anybody in the stadium thought he had the ball. That was a great fake.
First down at the Viking 49-yard line. Johnson behind him. Jakari runs right side. Jakari picks up 2. He gets to the Baker 49. Joe, is this the first time the Vikings have had the ball in Baker territory? I think it is.
I think so. And you watch it. There's just not a lot of lanes to run through against this Baker defense. They've got some horses out there.
Boy, if the Vikings could somehow get some points on the board.
Yeah, a field goal would make it a 2-possession game. You'd like to see 6, but need to get something if we can.
2nd down and 8 from the right hash mark. Fry keeps it, turns, throws. It is caught. Delvon Franklin inside the 40 to the 39. First down, blocking back Delvon Franklin. Now Fry is down.
39 takes it to the 39. I think Delvon made a one-hand catch that time.
That was his 4th catch, and now our 3rd quarterback, Jeremy Fry, is down back at the 39-yard line. And I don't know who the Vikes would go with next. I think
Dominic Hill. Dominic Hill is a freshman out of St. Joe. He has down there putting a helmet on. Ricky Fuentes has also done some quarterbacking, I think.
Wow. Well,
I think Fuentes looks like he's going to come out, I think.
Fry's shaken up a little bit. He's walking out.
He's not doing much with his right. It looks like a right hand maybe. He's
nice play action. He's turned. And as
you see the Wildcat now, maybe?
As he threw the ball, I don't know, he was hit hard.
Nice throw.
So the Vikes will try this Wildcat offense, which was successful.
Delbon made a one-hand catch that time. That was a nice grab by the big guy.
Washington's in there. Dawes in there. Jakari on first down from the 39-yard line. Somehow get some points out of this drive. Fuentes waits for the snap from the 39-yard line. Gets it. Hands it off. Jakari turns the corner. Little juke move, and he gets to the 35. That was almost a penalty there on one of the Wildcat defenders. A late shot at Jacoby Bellard. Officials didn't deem it.
Junior defensive back Avery Parker made the stop for Baker. Nice open field tackle. But I'm like you. I thought that could have been an unsportsmanlike conduct.
Pretty late.
Against Baker.
Vikings take a timeout. We're down to 55 seconds in the half. I think Valley just somehow needs to put some points on the board here. If they could do that, you're not feeling too bad heading into the locker room.
Ken, I don't think we've ever, since I've seen it, I don't believe we passed out of this Wildcat formation. Might be a good time to try something like that. I think Rick Fuentes can throw the ball.
I do too. We'll see if that's what the Vikings are talking about here. Dominic Hill again is a freshman out of St. Joe, 6'1", 180-pounder. And you think when the football season started that Dominic Hill thought, second to last game, I'm going to have my helmet on ready to come into a game. He probably thought, not as a freshman.
Probably thought he'd be playing backup on the JV,
yeah.
maybe. You know.
And here he is, and he might be into this game. The Vikings are going to stay with their Wildcat. That's Daw, Johnson, and Washington. On second down and 5, they have 2 timeouts with which to work. And Ricky's going to keep it. And he's hit. It's back to the line of scrimmage. Not much there. That really didn't fool anybody. Tyrell Everett.
Yeah, Tyrell Everett's he's impressed me. He's a 6'1", 265-pound senior defensive lineman out of Topeka, and he's very active.
Vikings take their second timeout. We'll step aside for 30 seconds as well. 19-0 Baker. Late first half on the Viking Sports Network.
Life insurance. Not a popular topic, but one that needs to be discussed. You don't want to think about not being here to raise your children. No one likes to think about buying insurance for your child at a young age. But the facts are, many people don't live long enough to raise their children. Plus, buying insurance on your child at a young age does 2 things. It's the cheapest you'll ever pay, and if they develop a major medical issue as an adult, you guarantee their insurability. See us at Lime Cooler Insurance Services in Marshall, where it's our family taking care of your family.
Third down and 6 from the 35-yard line.
Now your Dominic Hill's in the game at quarterback, the freshman out of St. Joe.
Freshman Dominic Hill's in there on third down. His first pass as a Viking may be coming right here. Now they hand it off. Jakari up the middle. Jakari gets the first down to the 26-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10.
Dominic says there's nothing to this. Just give the man the ball and let him run.
First down at the 26-yard line, and Valley takes their final timeout. Now you've got to either get out of bounds if you run a play, or you're going to have to hustle to get the field goal unit on because you're out of timeouts here. But by far the best offensive possession for the Vikings.
Yeah, Jakari, I think Jakari Johnson's going to have pretty good number of yards here in the first half. He's had several 7, 8, couple of 10-yard runs, so really he's really quietly had a pretty good first half running the ball.
Elliot Hawkins is standing back at the 35. Helmet is off, and he's favoring that left leg, so we won't see the 1,000-yard rusher the rest of the day.
And Jeremy Fry is slumped over the trainer's table down there. Looks like they're tending to either the back of his neck or the upper, maybe the back part of his shoulder, something along that line.
So it's first down at the 26-yard line. The Baker 26. If somehow the Vikings could get into the end zone here.
Yeah, if the Vikes can get points here, you got to feel like they're still a big part of this game.
And how about the freshman quarterback, and he's probably going to have to throw now, Dominic Hill, the 6'1", 180-pounder.
Hey, pressure under fire.
Bellard goes wide to the left side. Back to throw is Hill. He's in trouble, and he throws it away. Heads up play.
Good play.
He had 2 or 3 of those big linemen chasing. He was running to the Viking sideline, and he was out of the tackle box, and he threw it past the line of scrimmage, so it's a legal play at 2nd down.
He's saying, get away from me, guys. I'm just a freshman.
That's tough. So it's 2nd down. 37 seconds remaining now. And I'll bet these old Wildcat defense linemen will be pinning their ears back and coming after number 15.
And some of the Vikings now down talking to Jeremy Fry, a couple of the big offensive linemen down checking JF out down there.
I think it's his shoulder. You kind of see he's working on that right shoulder. Back to throw is Hill, trying to set the screen. Ball batted in the air. It's incomplete.
Don't catch it, gentlemen. He almost caught that ball after he threw it. That had been about a 20-yard loss.
I think that was Josh Koch.
That's the young man out of Concordia.
Yep.
Concordia, Missouri.
Koch got a big hand up there, knocked it away, so it's 3rd down. And with only 33 seconds to go, you have to pick up a 1st down here because you can't spike it to stop the clock. So let's see.
How about Ricky Fuentes, an end-around pass from Ricky?
We'll see.
He's in the game right now.
McDaniel, one of the wide receivers. Fuentes in the slot. Mikael Johnson, 3 wide receivers off to the right side for the freshman. Back to throw. Pocket hole. Throws. It is almost caught. Whoa, that would have been a heck of a catch by Mikael Johnson. He went up in traffic. There were a couple of defenders there. Got his hands on it, but could not hang on. It's 4th down and probably too long for a field goal here.
Not a bad pass that time by Dominic Hill, though. He zipped that ball right in there. Just he was well covered that time. So, yeah, it's out of field goal range. You've got to go for it here, and there's only 28 seconds left in the half. So let's go for broke here, guys.
You don't want to turn it over down here. Hill threw a nice ball. Here comes the 4-man rush. He steps up. He rolls to his right. He throws it. It's incomplete. And had that ball been on the field of play, it may have been picked off by Francis, but as it is, pretty good movement by the offense, but it comes up a little short. And I like the way those are nice-looking passes, though, by Hill, but he is under a lot of pressure.
Yeah, he is. Now, boy, you know, get your baptism under fire. Go in against the number 3 team in the nation, probably one of the top defenses in the country, your first series. That is not an easy task.
So the Wildcats will take over. Don't be surprised. You better not relax and think, well, this is going to do it for the half, because they could certainly decide to launch it downfield. Now they're just going to go to the victory formation, take a knee, and head to the locker room. Well, the Wildcats have all the points. It's 19-0. But the Viking defense has kept Valley in this football game, no doubt about it. 4 turnovers all early in the game, but things have settled down a little bit. The Vikings are on their 4th quarterback. We'll be back and start our halftime activities in 1 minute on the Viking Sports Network.
Katy Trail Community Health is now open with a clinic in Marshall located inside the Saline County Health Department. Katy Trail Community Health accepts Medicaid, Medicare, and most health insurance. Katy Trail also offers a sliding fee discount for eligible patients. To schedule appointments, please call toll-free 1-877-733-5824. Katy Trail Community Health offers health care that revolves around you. Call 1-877-733-5824 to make an appointment.
Bank any day, any time of day. It's the convenience of mobile banking at Community Bank of Marshall. Check your balance, transfer funds, pay bills, all at your fingertips when you use the advantages of mobile banking. You choose your banking hours, since now you can manage your accounts from your phone at your convenience. It's easy to sign up and get started, so go to one of our 7 locations in Marshall, Blackburn, Malta Bend, Waverly, Sweet Springs, and apply for mobile banking today. Community banking, the way it was meant to be. Member FDIC.
19-0 is our score, as the Wildcats have a punt return for a touchdown. A couple of fumbles by the Vikings led to a short field. They have a field goal. They have a safety. They've scored about every way you can, Joe.
Well, and can you look and you say, well, our offense really just couldn't move the ball. But look at it. I mean, you've got your star running back, Elliott Hawkins, the man that rushed for 319 yards 2 weeks ago. He goes down very early in the game. He's gone. Dominic Hill looked good, but you're down to your number 4 quarterback. I mean, he's a number 4, probably had no idea he'd be playing the game against Baker. So here you are trying to move the ball against the number 3 team in the country, one of the best defensive teams in the country. And the Vikes, they're doing a pretty good job. They're just a little bit shorthanded right now.
And the defense has kept the Vikings in this football game. We have some interviews coming up. Danielle Durham will join us. Also, several more. We're going to talk to Pam Reeder at the Mural Library, and we're going to talk women's wrestling. They lost last night in a duel at Lindenwood, but it's going to be a nice season for the Viking women wrestlers. So that's all coming up in 1 minute on the Viking Sports Network.
Missouri Valley College, where it's always a great day to be a Viking.
It's a great day to be in a class where the professor knows your name, or meet someone from another country.
Great day to be challenged by one of our 40 academic programs. Get involved, make an impact.
Make today a great day. Check us out online at moval.edu. Missouri Valley College. It's a great day to be a Viking.
Bill Bunt Chevrolet in Higginsville is home of Lafayette County's largest variety of used cars and trucks. Whether you are replacing your main vehicle or adding an extra car or truck for a family member, you don't have to go far. Lots of options at Bill Bunt Chevrolet. Our experts check every pre-owned vehicle to offer you nothing but the best so you can find new roads. Bill Bunt Chevrolet in Higginsville, the working man's friend, just a country mile north of I-70 on Highway 13 in Higginsville. Or visit us at BillBuntChevrolet.com.
My guest is Danielle Durham. Danielle, Director of Marketing, Missouri Valley College. And Danielle, can you kind of describe some of the responsibilities of your department?
Sure. Tyrone and I are responsible for different publications that go out from the campus. We handle all press releases, to the media. We produce the Viking Views magazine, which goes out twice a year. We maintain and update the Missouri Valley College website. We manage the social media accounts, our Facebook and Twitter pages. So we keep busy, that's for sure.
That is for sure. And I see you and Tyrone Ritter running all over campus. I know at homecoming and at football games. So there's a lot to do and a lot of detail work. I know you set up the tailgate area, just a lot going on.
Yeah, we each home game we help run the Viking tailgate zone. Of course, at homecoming, that's an even bigger event because we have other events going on. We help with the Monstrick Institute of Entrepreneurship every year. So, yeah, we just try to help out wherever we can.
By the way, you had a great band at homecoming. I almost couldn't go to work. I wanted to stay outside and listen to that 80s music. That was fantastic. Of course, social media's changed this job a lot, hasn't it?
It has. People like, information instantly, and social media is the avenue in which we put that information out there. So our Twitter page and our Facebook page have seen an increase in followers over the last few years for sure. Alumni and even students are following on, us on social media just to get information and keep up with what's going on campus.
We have a YouTube page, but most of that you do put, even the videos you put on the Facebook page, right?
We do. We share all of our videos and everything through our social media accounts, Twitter and Facebook. That way, anybody, whether you're on one or the other, you'll get to see, what all we're doing. So.
Are you getting good response? Do you know that the alumni, the families, and the friends of the college are out there looking at this?
Absolutely. You can tell just by likes and shares, and comments on social media. Specifically, we do a Flashback Friday post every Friday, and we just show, an old yearbook photo or something. And alums really like to see, an old picture of them or their friends. It's nice to see familiar faces. So, yeah, people really like it.
I'm sure someone listening to this today, if they have an old picture or something when they were here, make a suggestion to you.
Yeah, we'd love to see it. You can email us, and we can maybe get it put on there.
Talk about your twice-a-year publication, Viking Views. That takes a lot of work.
It is. We write and design for the magazine, so Tyrone and I handle all of that, and it's a long process because we decide, what goes in, what stories we're going to cover, different alumni we might feature, students, professors that we might feature, and then, like I said, we do all the design work and everything as well. So it's a long process, but it's rewarding whenever you get to see the finished product.
I think one came out, this fall, and then one will come out in the spring, is that right, or summer?
Yes, we do a fall and then a spring, so, yep.
And that is sent to most of the alumni if you have current addresses.
Yes, it goes out to all the college's alumni and friends if we have your updated address, and if we don't and you aren't getting the magazine, you can just call the alumni office and update your information. That way you'll continue to get publications.
Or they can email you, I'm sure.
Yes, they can email me.
And that address is?
durhamd@moval.edu.
Well, I like the Viking Views. I read every word of it, look at the photos. You do a fantastic job. There's a lot of interesting information in there.
Thank you. We appreciate that. And we always welcome ideas for the Viking Views as well. You can go on the Missouri Valley College website, and if you have any ideas for a story, you can fill out a suggestion form, and we'll take a look at it and see if it's something we can fit in the magazine.
Now, years ago, I know a marketing department or sports information was all press releases. That's still a part of it, though, isn't it?
We do. We still, thankfully, we have our sports information director, Andy Polverenti, who handles all of the athletic press releases, and then Tyrone and I handle the other stuff on campus, fine arts events, scholarship opportunities, convocation, enrollment numbers, homecoming, anything else that would need a press release, our office will take care of.
And video is becoming so important now.
It definitely is. We always joke if we post a video on social media, that's what gets the most attention, because people, especially at campus, we have a lot of alums and friends around the world that don't get to come back to campus a lot. So whenever they can see a video of things that are going on campus and they can recognize different buildings and stuff, they really like that.
All right. So again, follow the Twitter account, follow the Facebook. You'll get a copy of Viking Views. But if you're not sure if we have your address, get a hold of Danielle.
Yes, you can call the alumni office, 831-4006, or you can email me, durhamd@moval.edu, and we'll make sure we have your updated information.
We're so busy, we're even getting a grad assistant next year. We can use that, right?
Yeah, for video. I'm excited. We'll really be filling our social media pages with video, hopefully. So.
Even more video. Danielle, thanks for the visit. Always appreciate it.
Thank you.
Danielle Durham, Director of Marketing at Missouri Valley College. It's halftime of the Vikings game with Evangel, and Carl Murphy joins me, the women's wrestling coach. And Carl, off to a pretty good start. You went down to Oklahoma, 5-3 in the duels there. Tell me about it.
Well, we went in with moderate expectations. We've got a very young team, but they performed fairly well. I mean, we won 5 duels out of 8, and can't be upset with that.
That's a busy weekend, having that many duels in, 2 days?
2-day tournament, yeah. It was a long weekend. A lot of the kids were tired at the end, and that's just something they're going to have to learn, that wrestling is all about being tired at the end.
How about your squad? Is this a veteran team?
Not at all. We've got Sam Higa, senior, and Christina Batista, senior, and pretty much the rest is sophomores and freshmen.
So you really had to be pleased with what you saw there.
Oh, definitely. Got a lot to learn, and this tournament was a good way to start the season and see what we need to work on.
Well, right back to Lindenwood on the 7th then, next weekend.
Friday night at Lindenwood, and then we'll be back for the football game. And then the following Saturday, we've got the Missouri Valley Open, right now the largest tournament in the country.
Tell me a little bit about that tournament. I know you've been here 12 years now, and you've really put this together. It's a great event. They come from all over the country and Canada, right?
That's correct, yes. Simon Fraser usually comes down. We generally have about 28 teams represented and over 250 athletes.
I'm just glad tournament. Has this continued to grow?
Every year, yeah. Maybe 20 more athletes every year, so we're looking for a big event this year.
Is that an open tournament, or you have team, or how does that work?
It's an open, so we have teams, and then we have, the ineligible athletes or the redshirt athletes, and we also have a few from the Olympic training program.
How did you build this into the biggest tournament in the country?
Well, I think we run a friendly tournament. We try to keep it low-key. It's an early season tournament. We talk it up a lot, and, I just try to get everybody to come in.
Now, you guys are world warriors. You travel all over the country and into Canada, right?
Yeah, no Canada this year.
No Canada.
But usually, yeah.
North Dakota?
Not this year.
Right. Too cold up there.
Yeah, it's a long drive.
For a Californian like you, it's too cold. But well, let's talk about women's wrestling. Is it a growing sport, collegiate wrestling?
Definitely. And right now there's a race on between the NCAA and NAIA to see who's going to go first. Right now, NAIA, we're at 22 schools, so right on that edge of emerging sports status. So,
do you think that will happen then in the next few years?
Definitely. It definitely will happen. Whether or not it happens the way we like is kind of up to the coaches, and we need to do a good job of making our presentation.
I have a feeling you're kind of at the cutting edge of this. You've been in this sport a long time.
Yeah, I got started mid-'90s out in California and sort of helped with the California high school program building up to what it is now. And then I moved out here in '03 and just continued to watch the sport grow.
What would be the benefits of being an organization like NAIA would there be?
Well, it's attractive to athletes because we'd be a national championship sport. Right now, we're not. We have our own organization, which is, you know, pretty good, but it's nice to have that national recognition.
But your program does have some national recognition, doesn't it? With the Olympians you've had, the national champions.
Yeah, we've had 3 Olympic qualifiers and 1 medalist. We've had several world medalists come from our team, so it's a big tradition at Valley.
And I encourage everyone, if they're in town on the 14th, to come out to your event because it's fun to watch.
Yeah, it's going to be a big show. We've got 6 mats in our very big gym, so it's easy to see and it's a friendly atmosphere.
Right, as you said, how about high schools? Are we seeing a lot more women's wrestling in high school?
We are seeing a big growth in women's wrestling, not so much in the Midwest, but Washington, Oregon, California have all added programs to their high schools. Texas, Hawaii, you know, and there's more states coming.
And that's where you do most of your recruiting then?
That's correct.
Carl, keep up the great work. It's fun to watch your gals in action, a bunch of nice young ladies, and they do a great job.
Well, thank you very much.
Carl Murphy, he's the head women's wrestling coach at Missouri Valley. My guest is Pam Reeder, and Pam is the director of the Mural Library and, of course, one of the center attractions, if you will, on the Missouri Valley College campus. And Pam, thanks for coming on with us. This is a busy place, isn't it?
It is a busy place, and we see a lot of activity in the evenings, especially when classes are over and practices are done and kids are in here studying their little hearts out.
Now, back when I was in school in the 70s, of course, we didn't have all the internet, but the films on demand, I use that a lot in my classes, but things really have changed, haven't they, in this profession?
Yes, they have, and, you know, we're always looking at print versus online, and we still see here a great demand for print, even though ebooks and films on demand, like you mentioned, are very popular.
Yeah, I use that in my class a lot. But by the way, I'm one of the, I guess, an older generation. I still like that book in my hand, so there's always going to be a need for books, right?
Yes. Well, I think so, but I'm one of those generational people too, so we'll see what happens.
I want to talk about special events because I know the library. You do so many special events throughout the year. We can't name them all, but let's just kind of talk about some of the things you've done this semester and some of the things coming up.
Okay, well, naturally, we have book clubs, and we have 3 that meet every so often. We have one that meets in the evening, one in the afternoon, and one in the morning, so there's something for everybody. They're pretty popular with staff, which is kind of interesting. Students, we're still trying to pull into those, and we get a few. But those are, of course, one of the things that libraries do, is offer book clubs. So we've also done some fun things, and we try to get students in here with our hook, food, free food.
Free food, free drink will bring people around, won't it?
Exactly. Yes, it will. So we've had a variety of things. We had a traveling exhibit called Voces Americanas, which was Latino literature in the United States. Very interesting. And we had a speaker who came in and talked about the immigration to Marshall, Missouri, made it very, very close to home. We've also had a literary chili cook-off, which was fun, and they kind of voted on what author's chili they thought was the best. Patricia Cornwell won. Hers was pretty spicy. Next semester, we're looking forward to an exhibit from the Holocaust Museum. Anne Frank traveling exhibit will be here in April, and it's a big deal. So we're excited about that and preparing. It's expensive, so we're hoping donations will help us cover that.
You also had a Royals watch party, so you do some fun things, right? I know one of the games went past midnight, but fun things you do at the library.
Fun things we do, yes, and we We have a great big TV, I think it's 72-inch, that was donated by an alum to the library for things like this. So, yeah, the watch party, we had a number of excited students here, and although we close at midnight, I just feel sure that we stayed open to accommodate those kids to the end of the game.
Well, I did say at the start of the interview, this is really kind of the central location on campus, and I know a lot of staff and students, as you mentioned, do use your facility.
Yes, they do, and we encourage groups to meet here. We'd like to host events, even though it's not a library-sponsored event. So we've been doing that with some education classes this year. They're having an event called Read for the Start, part of a grant project that they worked on, and it will be hosted in the Commons, which is in the Tech Center.
Good. So a lot going on. And get to the Moval website. You have a library page, and all the activities that are going on, you can read about them there and find out your schedule there.
That's right. Find out the schedule. And you can also look at our Facebook page, which rolls around about 4 times a day with different little announcements. So, yeah, go to the Moval webpage, www.moval.edu/library, and you'll hit our page.
Pam, thanks a lot. Always appreciate the visit.
Thank you. It's always fun.
Pam Reeder, Mural Library, also Carl Murphy, the women's wrestling coach, and, of course, Danielle Durham, head of marketing. So we'll take a quick break. When we come back, Joe All will talk about high school district finals last night around the state of Missouri. That's coming up in 30 seconds, Viking Sports Network.
It's time to man up with Massey.
I have to say, Massey opened my eyes.
Drive the tractors that are pulling ahead. Powerful and efficient. This CVT is made to be driven, so drive it. And remember, Massey Ferguson is building tractors in North America, in Jackson, Minnesota, making the kind of machines that farmers need, the kind of machines that can do it all.
This isn't your daddy's Massey Ferguson.
Learn more today at manupwithmassey.com.
Or man up today at Barenberg Implement in Higginsville.
Well, last night was district final night in high school football, and Joe All on KMMO show last night had all the scores. And Joe, tell us a little bit about high school football.
Again, I'm going to roll through these pretty quick. In Class 1, Valley beat Mark Twain 44-0. Thayer over Marionville 53-21. Cass Midway beat Drexel 20-0. Skyline 42-8 over Lincoln. South Shelby came from behind to beat Paris 35-28. Marceline beat Westran 35-0. West Platte 38-20 over North Platte, and Hamilton beat Maysville 56-34. Next week, Thayer will be at Valley. Skyline will be at Cass Midway. It will be Marceline at South Shelby, and Hamilton will go to West Platte. In Class 2, Malden beat Caruthersville 42-33. It was Cardinal Ritter over Jefferson 52-30. Liberty Mountain View beat Fairgrove 52-0. Lamar, the defending state champ, beat Summit Christian 58-7. Lutheran North 64-38 over Brentwood. Palmyra beat Clark County 40-19. Higginsville beats Father Tolton out of Columbia 59-29. And Brookfield beats East Buchanan 43-18. Next week, Cardinal Ritter at Malden. It will be Lamar at Liberty Mountain View. Palmyra will be at Lutheran North. And next Saturday afternoon, Brookfield will be at Higginsville. In Class 3, St. Genevieve falls to Central of Park Hills 35-28. Mountain Grove 30-26 over Salem. Aurora gets past Reed Spring 27-21. Centralia beats Wright City 43-12. Fulton falls to Blair Oaks 48-29. Odessa beats Oak Grove 28-10. Maryville over Richmond 42-7. Next week it'll be either John Burroughs or McClure North at Central Park Hills. They're playing today. Aurora will be at Mountain Grove. Blair Oaks will be at Centralia, and it'll be Maryville traveling to Odessa. Class 4, Cape Central beats Farmington 35-15. Afton 36-12 over Vashon. Webb City beats West Plains 45-12. Harrisonville beats Center 58-20. Hannibal beats Mexico 22-14, and Kearney 43-3 over Platte County. Next week, Cape Central will be at home against Afton. It'll be Webb City. They'll be at home to take on Harrisonville. Kearney will go to Hannibal. The other two games this afternoon down in St. Louis. Class 5, Rockwood Summit beats Fox 36-0. Chaminade 20-18 over Pattonville. Fort Zumwalt North beats Parkway West 35-zip. Columbia Battle 27-14 over Lebanon. Republic falls to Nixa 31-17. Carthage beats Belton 49-28. Fort Osage 33-20 over Truman, and Park Hill beats Staley 27-16. Next week, Chaminade is at Rockwood Summit. Battle at Fort Zumwalt North. Carthage will be at Nixa, and Fort Osage will host Park Hill. And finally, in Class 6, Eureka beats Kirkwood Kirkwood beats Eureka 28-21. It was CBC over Hazelwood Central 47-0. Blue Springs South beats Francis Howell 46-28. Springfield Kickapoo beats Blue Springs 45-31. Next week it'll be CBC at Kirkwood, and it'll be Kirkwood at Blue Springs South, and I'm out of breath.
All right, we understand that Elliot Hawkins a torn MCL, so a knee injury, and that's probably it for the year for Elliot Hawkins, a 1,000-yard rusher. Our women's soccer team lost this afternoon to Mid-American Nazarene 1-0. Pioneers scored with under 10 minutes to go, and that ends the conference tournament play for the Viking women. We're ready to go here. Second half underway. Very high, very short kickoff, and it's taken to the 30-yard line and up to about the 31. One of the up men for the Vikings, and that's Maurice Lang.
Ken, look at this. Is somewhat unbelievable. Total yards in the first half. 78 for the Vikings, 75 for Baker. So we actually outgained Baker by 3 yards. And get this, Jakari Johnson, the leading rusher in the game. Jakari, 12 carries, net of 64 yards.
All right, so neither offense being able to move the ball, but again, a punt return, a safety, 4 Viking turnovers, really the key to this one, plus that punt return.
Dominic Hill still the quarterback.
Hill, the young man from St. Joe, will be the quarterback. Dominic Hill. Might as well throw him in there, as Fry also injured. And on first down, they'll hand the ball off, and ball may have been fumbled. It was, and there's the 5th turnover of the game. Are they going to rule him down?
I think they're going to say he's down, I believe.
The lineman, the head lineman's going to come in and say he's down.
He's got 2 fingers up, signifying second down.
Oh, boy.
Got a break there.
Wouldn't that have been a start to the second half? And we'll take a look if we can see anything on the replay. But, of course, you know what Baker's going to do defensively. Now, with the 4th-string quarterback in there, they are saying, he was down. They are saying that you have got to throw. And Chaz Matty says looked like a fumble to him, but the Vikings may have gotten a break there. Hill on second down. They hand it off to Daw. Daw turns the corner. Daw to the 40-yard line. Nigel, young man from Beaumont, picks up a first down to the 42-yard line.
Yeah, nice hold that time. Nice run by Nigel. Tackle on the play by Tucker Pauley, but about a 12, 13-yard gain. Dahl picks up the first down, so Vikings off to a good start here to start the second half.
1st and 10, Vikings at their own 42. They've only been in Baker territory once, and that was that last drive of the first half. Hill turns, hands it off. Johnson, Jakari to the 45, and he gets to the 47-yard line. But again, that's a gain of about 5 on first down.
And Ken, the last couple plays, the Viking offensive line's gotten off the ball very quickly and opened up some good holes, some good running lanes. So, a gain of about 5 on first down by Jakari.
Avila beat Evangel today, 34-27.
Wow.
Peru State over Culver this afternoon, 65-21. 2nd down and 5. Little miscommunication. Now the ball is fumbled, and it's picked up by the Wildcats. Well, the handoff was never there.
No.
Between the quarterback and running back, and folks, that's the 5th turnover for the Vikings.
Well, and on that read option, sometimes the quarterback likes to belly, but you can't belly too long. You've got to make a decision, either put the ball in the running back's hands or pull it out pretty quick, and that time they just hung on too long.
And you just could see that they really never got the handoff. Johnson was looking for a room to run. The ball popped up in the air. That's turnover number 5 on the game. And now the Vikings defense will have to go to work again. Wow. And for the Wildcat, for the Baker Wildcats I mentioned, they now have 42 takeovers on the season. Here's a pass.
Could be a lateral. That's a lateral, I think. That should be a
and
lateral.
Now they're going to
call
it
an incomplete pass. Yeah.
Tried to throw it to the running back, Cornell Brown, and I was watching Nate Chitwood, the referee. He didn't say anything for a while. Then once the ball went out, he ruled incomplete pass. So it'll be 2nd down and 10.
They don't call that a fumble very often, but if it's to sideways or behind, it's supposed to be a lateral.
Yeah, that looked like on a replay that probably was forward, just about a yard. So it is 2nd down and 10 after the fumble for the Wildcats. They keep it on the ground, not much there.
Nice play by Dedrick Allen, the big lineman. Dedrick is the junior out of Sacramento. He closed that one down pretty well.
It'll be 3rd down and 9. The Wildcats hustle up to the line of scrimmage. They don't take much time between plays. 3rd and 9 from the Viking 42-yard line. Wildcats up 19-0. Trying to take advantage of the 5th Viking turnover of the day. Couple of fans down there staying with the Vikings. Mara takes the snap, backpedals to midfield, throws to the sideline. He completes it. Brown makes one Viking miss, and he should have a 1st down. Beltram couldn't make the tackle, one-on-one, couldn't make the tackle, and then Brown gets inside the 35 for a 1st down, down to the 32-yard line.
Jacob King finally runs him out of bounds, but you're right, Beltram had him right about the line of scrimmage, but a good move by Brown to get loose.
So it's 1st down at the 32-yard line for the Wildcats. Back to throw Mara. Looks left, throws left, and he throws it over the head of his intended receiver, Clarence Clark, 2nd down.
Vikings have had a pretty good pass rush on Morrow today. They've done a good job bringing the heat, and that's what you got to do to a good quarterback like this.
2nd down and 10 from the 32-yard line, left hash mark. Brown on the ground. Cornell stood up at the line of scrimmage. Gets inside the 30 to the 29, right at the number. It'll be a gain of 2, 3rd and 8.
Carton Kilgore and Dedrick Allen there to make the stop for the Vikings. That's a short gain, so big 3rd down play. See if the Viking defense can deliver once again with the ball on the 29-yard line. Baker driving in Viking territory.
19-0. Mara wants to throw a little play action. Now he spins, rolls to his left, throws sideline. It's caught. And that'll be a 1st down at the 15-yard line to Clarence Clark.
Yeah, that's Javon Cassidy, I think, in the coverage right there. I think Javon felt like he was shoved by Clark, but no call. They called a completed pass, and it's going to be a 1st down for Baker.
Now, trust me, it's hard to get offensive pass interference called. You see those receivers push off all the time.
Yep.
And a good offensive coordinator says,
learn to live with it.
Don't mind it. On 1st down, here's the handoff. And once again, Brown is stopped for little, if any, gain, maybe a yard. Down to the 15.
Elliott Suter stood him up in the hole that time. Nice defense by the linebacker. And again, Elliott is a freshman out of Fort Worth.
2nd down and 9, just inside the 15-yard line, left hash mark. 19-0 Wildcats. They drive in Viking territory. Mara back to throw. Flag is down. Throws that screen to his running back, that middle screen. He gets to the 11. Flag is down, and it's going to be offside on the Vikings.
Well, once again, Baker driving fairly deep in Viking territory, but it's not due to the drive. It's due to a turnover.
Yep. So they'll take the 5-yard penalty for Vikings being offside, move it down to the 9, and it's 2nd down from there. Mara turns, hands it off to Brown. Brown gets close to the 1st down, running the left side, gets down to the 7. It'll be a little bit shy. It'll be 3rd and 2.
Nate Desimone got down and submarined Brown that time. Good job getting his feet out from underneath him. So it's going to be a big 3rd down play right here. The Vikes have held in this situation before. Let's see if they can do it again.
3rd down and 2 from the 7-yard line. Give it to Cornell Brown. He gets inside the 5, makes the move to the right, walks into the end zone. Touchdown, 25-0.
So once again, a turnover leads to a score.
Yeah, you take the turnovers out of this game, and we've got a ball game, but you just cannot continue to turn it over. The Vikings had 7 turnovers against CMU and won that game. But CMU, although they've had a nice season, not the Baker Wildcats. It's 25-0. Boy, you look at the offense. Your 1,000-yard rushers out. You're on your fourth-string quarterback.
Yeah.
And another extra point coming from Clarence Clark. Ball down, kick is on the way, and he booms this one to Young Hall. So it's 26-0. The number 3 Baker Wildcats are starting to show their muscle a little bit. We'll be back with a kickoff in a moment.
You may know Gieselman Trucking and Quarter for our grain trailers and nationwide hauling. But did you know we haul lime, fertilizer, sand, gravel, and livestock too? I'm Wendy Gieselman. I hope you'll consider us the next time you need rock and other items here locally. We are family-owned and have been dump trucking since 1982. You'll find our service friendly, our pricing affordable, and our answers to your questions honest and sincere. For all your local rock and sand hauling, give Gieselman Trucking a call, 660-674-2367.
26-0. Joe, what would be unusual if the Vikings can't come back today? That would be 3 losses at home. And when's the last time the Vikings lost 3 home games?
No, I think they'd make them, if they lose, they'd make them 3-3. We beat Graceland, beat Central, beat Avila here, but lost to William Penn, Peru State, and if we don't come back here, it would be a loss to Baker.
All right, here comes the kickoff for Rolando Perez. And this one will sail toward the goal line, go in and out of the end zone as Stenard and Turk watch it go out. So the Vikings will take over the 25-yard line. Again, a freshman quarterback, the second freshman quarterback the Vikings have used this year in this game. On Senior Day, we'll wrap up the season. If the Vikes can't come back today, we'll wrap up the season, not just the regular season, next week at Mid-America Nazarene. One of the few years the Vikings haven't made the playoffs in quite some time if they don't have quite a comeback today. It's 26-0. Dominic Hill stays in at quarterback for Valley. And on first down, wants to throw.
Good
pocket holds. Now he rolls to his right, throws to the sideline, and throws it away.
Yeah, Dominic had time that time. Good job by the offensive line, but apparently nobody could get open, so it'll be 2nd and 10.
26-0 is our score. Again, the women lost today in soccer, 1-0 to Mid-America Nazarene, so a fine season comes to an end for the Valley women. The men defeated the Culver Stockton 1-0 last night, so they will play Mid-America Nazarene in the conference semifinals here Tuesday night. You can see that on the live stream on the Viking Sports Network. 2nd down and 10 from the 25-yard line. Hill waits for the snap, gets it, hands it off to Jakari. Jakari hit from behind, dropped down as he tries to get to the outside at the 30-yard line. That is a gain of 5, however. It'll be 3rd down and 5 coming up from the 30-yard line.
There's that man again, Byron Roth, that defensive back. He's been on quite a few tackles, and that was a nice open field tackle as Jakari, if Roth hadn't brought him down, had some pretty good room to run there.
3rd and 5 from the Vikings 30-yard line. Hill takes the snap, throws it down and it's knocked away. Threw it down the right sideline, trying to get it to Stenard. Good defensive help as the safety came over. Darian Winston had knocked it away, so it's 4th down and a punting situation.
Yeah, and Stenard double covered that time. I think Hill just threw it up, hoping that maybe Dorian could run underneath it, but a nice defensive play by Winston to get that big paw up and knock it away.
I'm not sure, Joe. That might be the way to go now. Just throw it down there, see if one of our playmakers can come up with it.
Yeah.
All right, another punt. Fell on away, but we'll punt it away. You should get this punt away from about the 20. They've been close to blocking a couple of them. Here they come, and they don't get to it.
Nice punt.
Got a wobbly spiral that is fair caught at the 36-yard line by Nolan, and that's where the Wildcats take over. And with 9:22 to go in the third quarter. They're in pretty good shape.
Well, you know, and you wonder, you sit back here and you think, well, how was Baker ahead by so much? You know, we talk about our turnovers, but they did not turn the ball over the first half, did not turn the ball over at all. And penalties, they only had 2 penalties for 10 yards. So that's
the Vikings penalties.
That's not bad. Vikes had 3 penalties for 24, but that's not bad.
But the turnovers, 5 turnovers now, and you can't do that against this kind of team. There's just no way.
Well, and that's been something that's plagued this team all year long. And Paul Troth will be the first one to tell you.
Baker, one of the tops in the country in takeover margin on the plus side. The Vikings, unfortunately, are in that same category, but they're on the other side of the spectrum. Here's a first down handoff to Adonis Powell, and he gets across the 40 up to the 44. Joe, this defense just has to be getting worn out. They've been on the field a long, long time.
Yeah, Dedrick Allen tracks Brown down from behind that time, but it's a gain of about 7 yards.
Second down and 3. They give it to Powell again. Powell is hit short of the first down. He's dropped it to 46. They had been running Cornell Brown, so Adonis Powell, very fresh running back, as he's in there on 3rd and 1 from the 46-yard line, Baker's own 46. But a win today, they will clinch the South. Powell trying to get first down marker and does. Now he's shoved back at midfield right in front of the Baker bench. But that's enough for a first down.
And there's a flag.
And now the Vikings are probably, you're going to get beat. Don't do it. Do it with class and don't start having unsportsmanlike penalties. I don't think it was on the initial tackle. It wasn't. It was something after that. Or something was said. So this will move the ball deep into Viking territory. They had the play stopped. Elliott Suter, the guilty party. As Powell was stopped, and then Suter came in late. He's 42 or 20. I guess it was, it was on Hollins White. So it was on Hollins White, the penalty. So it's first down at the 35-yard line. Powell up the middle again. And the Vikings stopped that after about a 3-yard gain. It'll be second down and 7 coming up. 8:15 to go, and the Wildcats, no hurry now. They'll run the football. They stack a couple of receivers off to the left side. On second down and 7. Ball right in the middle of the field. Back to throw is Mara. He rolls to his left, being chased, and will throw it to the sideline, incomplete.
Good pressure that time by Marky Beltram. Also, Dedrick Allen was coming. So, Vikes have had a pretty good pass rush on Mara most of the afternoon.
Jalen Rose was the intended receiver, but the pass was low and
there's
uncatchable.
A flag on the play.
Let's see what this penalty's all about. The Wildcats are walking back.
Maybe it's a hold. I'm hoping it's a hold. Yep, it's a hold.
So holding on the offense, the Vikings decline the penalty to make it third down and 7. Quite understand that. I have no idea why they declined that penalty. It's third down and 7. And Morrow back to throw. Now they run the draw play. And Powell is close to the first down. He's dropped at the 26-yard line. He'll be a little shy. They're going to give him the 27-yard line. So it's fourth down and
about 2. Yep. All right, we've held in this situation before. Let's see if we can do it one more time.
And they're not going to attempt a field goal. Why would they? 26-0. They're in control of this football game. So they're going to go for it on fourth down. Fourth down and 2. 7:28, third quarter. Mara takes the snap, hands it off to Powell, and he crashes forward. He had to get to the 25. It's close. I don't think he made it. Vikings held again. So
they did it again. Wow, what an effort by this defense all day long. That's twice on 4th and less than 2 yards to go. that they've stuffed the Wildcat offense.
This defense has done their part today. So the Vikes have it, 26-yard line. Monty has to be pleased with this defensive effort.
He had him ready today, didn't he? Had him ready to go.
But just hard to overcome 5 turnovers. So the Vikings take over at the 26-yard line. Ian Hill stays in at quarterback. Hands it off to Johnson. Johnson running right. All kinds of pursuit, and he's going to be wrapped up for a loss. And all over that play was Karan Brown.
Karan Brown, a junior linebacker out of Lawrence. Lawrence right down the road from Baker. And I tell you, Baker, I wonder how they do against KU.
There's probably KU would like to have a few of these guys. It is 2nd down and 12 from the 24-yard line.
This Baker defense is pretty good, though.
Real good. Give up just 16 points a game, and they're not hurting that average this afternoon. Here's another handoff to Jakari. Tries to go to the left. There's just nothing there.
5 guys on that tackle. Looks, I only see 4 guys that were not on the tackle.
Yeah.
So 7 guys were on the tackle.
And when you know you're not throwing the ball and you're down to your 4th-string quarterback, they can just come after the running game, and it's 3rd down and 12, and they really limit your offense. And here's the defense getting ready to come out again. Well, let's see if Mr. Hill can complete a pass for a 1st down. Dominic Hill. A few passes he's thrown. He's thrown a nice ball. 3rd and 12, 4-man rush. Hill rolls. He's going to keep it. Needs to tuck that ball away. Boy, he had it out there. He is sacked back at the 25-yard line. That will go as a sack because it's a loss, but it's another punting situation, and the defense will be right back on the field.
That's a big man, Tyrell Everett, there to make that stop. And we'll see how Villanueva, he had a pretty good job in the first half. He had 4 punts for 152 yards, a 38-yard average. So he's been a busy man today.
How many punts in the first half? 8?
4.
4 punts, okay.
4 for him.
And he's punting again here.
Baker punted 5 times, though, in the first half.
5:17 to go in the third. 26-0 Wildcats. Low snap. Here they come. And this one may have been partially blocked because that goes right off the side of his foot and heads right to the Baker bench. I don't know if it was partially blocked or he just was in a hurry and almost missed it. But
I don't think anybody got it, but they were right in his face. 3 guys just blew through there that time. So, again, pretty good field position for the Wildcats.
Yeah, they get the ball at the Viking 40-yard line. Right hash mark. So another 1st down and deep in Viking territory. If you had a chart that would show starting possessions, you'd be amazed at what you would see. The Vikings have been deep in their own territory basically all afternoon.
And how many times has Turk caught punts with 4 or 5 guys right in his lap?
So here come the Wildcats again, up 26-0. Again, this is a team that averages 40 points a game, and they go right to the ground attack. As Coach Grossner keeping the ball on the ground, they get to the 40, very little gain, if any.
You know, Coach Grossner has to feel pretty good, leading 26-0 with 5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. But he's not going to take Valley lightly. He knows what the Vikes have done in the past and what Coach Paul Troth and his people are capable of doing. So they're going to play it cautiously.
Mara to the sideline, nobody open, so he throws it away. So it's going to be 3rd down and 10. And once again, this defense doing all they can do.
And as Monty Rowe does so many times, just keep shuffling fresh bodies in and out of the lineup. And 3 guys come on, 3 come off that time.
Chris Ballany, a senior, checks in. We haven't called Chris's number very often this year. Ballany,
defensive lineman.
43.
He's a defensive lineman out of Beaumont, Texas.
3rd down and 9 from the Vikings 39-yard line. Mara backpedals, steps up, throws it, and the receiver slipped and went down. So it'll be 4th down and a punting situation. Jalen Rose tried to make a cut and slipped on the turf.
Pretty good coverage that time by, I keep wanting to call him Bruce Suter. It's Elliott Suter. Remember, Bruce Suter was the star reliever for the St. Louis Cardinals a few years ago.
Bruce would be a little old to be playing college football.
Playing linebacker. I'm not sure that'd be his cup of tea.
Jacob Tompkins back to punt again. He punted 5 times in the first half. We're down to 4:35 here. Turk is back at his own 10, but once again, the way Tompkins punts the ball probably pinned the Vikings deep. Sends it high, end over end. Turk comes up, makes the catch, bobbled it, held on.
And hit immediately.
And he's down at the 13-yard line. There's just nowhere to go. Great special teams play. Once again, the Vikings inside their own 15-yard line to start a drive. He bobbled that ball at first and was able to hang on. There's a flag down.
Yeah, flag right at the feet of the officials. They're huddled right around it's about the 15-yard line.
We'll wait and see what this penalty. While we wait and sort it out, let's take a quick 30-second break on the Viking Sports Network.
Market at Sweet Springs buys all classes of slaughter hogs, sows, boars, butchers, and off-quality animals at the best prices around. You, the producer, will reap the benefits by calling UPI Parks Hog Market. Plus, they also buy sheep and goats. UPI Parks Hog Market are humane animal handling professionals and can also provide transportation for your hogs. Call weekdays between 8 and 5 at 660-335-7084 or stop by UPI Parks Hog Market, exit 74 on I-70 at YY.
15-yard penalty on the Wildcats, so the Vikings have it at their own 26 left hash mark on the first down. Hill rolls to his right, looks, gets a nice block, throws. It's almost intercepted and dropped. Boy, it looked for a moment like he was trying to get the ball to his tight end. He was trying to get it to his tight end there, Maurice Anglin, and the defensive back stepped right in front. That was Darian Winston, and he had the ball for a moment, then dropped it.
Yeah, Winston's shaken up a little bit. He fell right into the Viking bench after getting his hands on that ball. There's another Wildcat shaking up. One of the linemen looks like he's down, squatted down. Training staff out taking a look at him, one of the bigger, but he's up on his feet now. And that other injured player, that is Myron Tipton, senior defensive lineman out of Overland Park, Kansas, but he trots off the field, so I guess he's okay.
Wildcat fans across the way looking into that sun, but enjoying what they're seeing this afternoon. A win today, and certainly clinches a playoff berth and clinches the South Division. Wildcats started the season with a bang with a win at Grandview. So 2nd and 10 after the incomplete pass. Hill waits for the snap. Rolls to his right now, in trouble. That's going to be a hold. The catch is made by McDaniel up at the 38-yard line, which would be close to a first down. But where that flag was thrown, it's probably a hold.
You know, Ken, Dominic Hill looks to me like he throws a pretty good ball. He's got pretty good zip on his passes and completes that one, but it's going to come back. It's going to be a holding call against the Vikings.
So it's 2nd down instead of a first down at the 38, or 2nd and a 3rd and short. It's going to be 1st and 20. Move the ball all the way back to the 16-yard line.
I wonder what percentage of our plays today we've run deep in our own territories compared to, I wonder what percentage of Baker's plays they've run in our territory.
Oh, it's be interesting.
I don't think we really pinned them deep all day long. I don't remember them really being back in the hole at all.
No, give their defense a lot of credit. 2nd down and 20 from the 17-yard line. And
Hill
tries to keep it around the left side, and he will lose 2 yards. So it's going to be 3rd and 22.
Wrestled down there by Cook, the sophomore lineman from Concordia, also Byron Routh. Loss on the play. So, boy, it's going to be 3rd down and a whole bunch. Looks like half an acre to 3rd down and 22 for 1st down.
And you don't want to do anything silly here. Put more points on the board. It's already 26-0 late 3rd quarter. So let's see what the Vikes decide to do here. Hill is the quarterback again. He's the 4th quarterback the Vikings have used this year, and he wants to throw. Backpedals, now throws it, trying to get it to Jakari Johnson out of the backfield, and he was unable to. That was a little wide, couldn't come up with it. So busiest guy on the football team, Villanueva back in to punt it again. He'll be standing near his own end zone.
I kind of wonder what the status is of Jeremy Fry. We know that Elliott Hawkins had a torn ACL, but I don't know if Jeremy's still out here. It looked like he had some kind of shoulder injury late in the first half, and I don't know, haven't heard anything else on that.
Well, one
I
of
see
those
him on the
years.
sideline down there. So
A lot of injuries this year. Villanueva standing back at his 1 yard line. Here comes the rush. He gets it away.
Nice kick this
spiral.
time.
And it heads toward the Baker sideline. It's going to be taken there. And it was not a fair catch made by Damon Nolan. And he goes out of bounds at his own 46. But once again, the Wildcats with great field position.
I tell you, Damon Nolan pretty sure-handed on those punts. He's done a nice job back there.
Yes, he has, and he has one of them. That was a big one early in the game for a touchdown. So the Wildcats take over at their own 42. Edward Jones representatives Bob Reed, Ryan Bamer, and Diane Dudenhofer and Marshall. David Reed in Higginsville, Weber Seeds, A&J Salvage and Scrapyard Higginsville. Wood, Houston Bank, and Marshall all with us on the broadcast. First down, 42-yard line, their own 42. Morrow stays in. Off to Powell. Powell this time finds some room. Right side. Gets into Viking territory at the 49 for an 8-yard gain. 2nd and 2.
I think that's Nate Desimone on the stop, but a big gain, 8-yard gain, 9-yard gain by Powell on first down.
2nd down and 2 from the 49-yard line. Powell again right side. Turns it upfield. First down, Viking 47. The clock continuing to move down to 2:40, third quarter.
You know, Dedrick Allen made that stop for the Vikings, and Ken, he's one defensive player. I've seen him improve so much during the course of the year.
He wasn't a starter the first year. Came into this game with 52 tackles and 2 sacks. So he's done a great job. Powell for the 3rd straight play runs the football. Gets down to the Viking 44.
Zach Nunn right down around the ankles to bring him down.
Carrington Kilgore going to check back into the game. Desir will leave that nose guard spot. 2nd down and 7. Ball at the Viking 44-yard line. 4th straight play for Powell. And he gets to the 40-yard line, working that right side. It'll be 3rd down and 3.
And Baker, a team that's normally a wide open offense, they're playing it pretty close to the vest right now.
Yeah, I think Coach Grossner saying, hey, let's run the ball. Let's see if we work on the running game. Take time off that clock. Let's get out of here with the conference championship. South Division. Draw play. Vikings smell it out, and they stop. Powell right at the line of scrimmage. No gain. 4th down. They'll go
Ken,
for it.
I would say this is by far the best defensive effort of the year by this Viking defense. I think they played better today. They've done a good job all year, but I think this is their best effort yet.
I agree, against a very high-powered offense.
Yep.
Tompkins will punt it away again. Kirk back deep. Good snap. And here's the punt. Just right up the elevator. He punts that thing high up and it's going to be down at the 16. I tell you, that punt was by design. He just punted that ball straight up in the air.
Darian Turk started to catch that ball. He looked up and saw about 5 white shirts and said, nope.
Nope. Let it go, and the Vikings once again starting deep in their own territory, 16-yard line. Wonder when the last time the Vikings were shut out. Let's try to get something on the board here.
Let's don't let that happen.
Yeah. See if we can't get a score here.
Looks like Ricky Fuentes. I'm not sure if this is Wildcat or what, but Ricky Fuentes, yes, will be the Wildcat. He's in at the quarterback position.
Yeah, they're going to try it here from the 16-yard line. Dahl.
Washington
is lined up to the left. Washington behind him. Johnson to the right. First down. They give it to Johnson. And he gets a couple out to about the 20. Be 2nd down and 8.
I wonder if Rick Fuentes can pass effectively out of that formation. We haven't seen him throw yet, but as good an all-around athlete as he is, we've seen him do almost everything else except throw a pass.
Siobhan Richardson checks in, and he will line up as a wide receiver on the right side. Stenard lined up wide left. Again, same formation for the Vikings. And now Fuente is going to keep it around the left side. He looked like he almost wanted to pull it back and throw it, but there was just nothing he could do there. So he just tucked it away and got back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd down.
Again, a good sign. Jeremy Fry is tossing a football down and right behind the Viking bench there. So at least his passing shoulder looks like it's halfway decent anyway.
That's good. That's good to see. Third down and 10 as they lost the 2 they gained on the previous play on that play.
Dominic
So it's
Hill
3rd and
back
10.
in. That's the end of the third quarter.
And it's all Baker right now, leading 26-0. We're back in a minute. Viking Sports Network.
Hello, this is Dr. Barbara Burns with AccuQuest Hearing Centers, encouraging you to schedule a free, no-obligation hearing evaluation today. Too often I see people putting off hearing evaluations for a variety of reasons. Maybe it's because you have a set of hearing aids sitting in a drawer that didn't work for you. Maybe you think hearing aids are too expensive. Maybe it's because you think people will think less of you. Whatever the reason, let AccuQuest help. We don't just sell hearing aids, we sell satisfaction. Like a 30-day trial period, up to 3 years full-service warranty including loss and damage, free in-office repairs, cleanings, and adjustments for the life of the hearing aids, and a free annual diagnostic evaluation. We also offer no interest payment plans, and our hearing aids can be so small they virtually go unnoticed. There simply is no good reason not to let AccuQuest help. You'll recover the life you're missing along with your hearing. Call AccuQuest Hearing Centers in Marshall and Sedalia at 831-5048 or 826-0180.
Vikings will have it 3rd and 10 as we start the fourth quarter. Ball is at the 17-yard line. As Hill waits for the snap, gets it. Now they run a swing pass out of the backfield to Dawn. He dropped it. The head even caught the ball. There were 4 white shirts ready.
Yeah, they were
that
ready.
Didn't fool anybody. So, Mr. Villanueva on to punt it away again. Boy, the Vikings, Joe, had led the conference in defense, but in all fairness, you're doing it without a lot of weapons. And against a very good defense.
Yeah.
Now the Vikings are still bringing personnel onto the special teams punt unit.
All right,
Clock
Desi,
down at 8.
Kick it away. Let's get a good one.
Villanueva waits, gets the snap, and this is high, and it'll be fair caught at the 41-yard line. Boy, I tell you, what a heck of a job catching those punts. David Nolan, that's a nice weapon to have.
He has not wavered a bit from what I've seen.
Yeah, heck of a job there. So it's first down for the Wildcats, and once again, look at field position. They have it at their own 40-yard line.
You know, in this Baker team, Ken, they've got some good athletes. They seem like they're pretty fundamentally sound.
Yeah. Yeah, they do a lot of good things. Ball at the 40-yard line, their own 40. Powell is back in at that running back. He's been the workhorse here in the second half. It was 19-0 at the half, only 1 touchdown in this. Here's Powell, hit hard, line of scrimmage, nothing there.
Tyron Kilgore, yep.
Kilgore was there, and also coming up from the secondary to help out was Antoine Palmer. Second down and 10. Kilgore's had a nice year, 6.5 sacks coming in. Over 55 tackles now. Second and 10, no gain on that play.
Your friend Hugh Dunn looks like he's leaving down there.
Hugh Dunn was here, and his son Bucky were here. Hugh Dunn, a graduate of Valley, All-American back in the 40s, those great teams of the 40s. Second down, hand off, and not much there for Adonis Powell. It'll be third down. Ball at the 43-yard line, 3rd and 7.
Marky Beltran made the stop. Marky's played a good game today also.
He's had a good year.
Yes,
Beltran
Yes, he is.
had one of the few, had a sack going in, and he's up around 50 as far as tackles on the season. Third down and 7. Can the Viking defense
There's movement.
hold
Boy, the Baker offense. I didn't know if they're going to call that or not. One of the linemen stood up and backed up 3 steps, and finally the flag went in the air.
So we'll call it now. It may have been on Greg Snell. It was either on Snell or Whitman. Take your pick.
72, whoever that is.
Yeah, well, he was stood up too. Westmoreland stood up. He's out of Hutchinson, Kansas.
Yeah.
So 3rd and 12 now. Yeah, you look at the numbers after this game, and the Viking defense has done a great job. Morrow back to throw, rushes on, he gets away. Now he's going to take off. Morrow gets to midfield, fumbles the ball, and guess what? It bounced right back up to him for a first down at the Viking 49.
Wow, what a break. The Vikes had a lot of pressure, almost dumped him for a sack. Now Kyerton Kilgore very slow to get up. He's back in the what was the Baker backfield. He's Kyerton on all fours right now.
Vikings after today probably will be 6-4, but that's just the kind of day it's been and kind of the season it's been. Mara fumbled that ball, but it bounced right up to it with 3 Vikings right around
Yeah,
it.
it did. And he gained a couple more yards after he picked it up.
So it'll be first down. They attend to Kyerton Kilgore. That gives us a chance to step aside for 30 seconds on the Viking Sports Network.
Richardson Detailing and Mobile Service will help you with all your vehicle and power washing needs. Monday through Saturday, the shop is open for vehicle cleaning, basic washes to full details, and the mobile unit is ready to power wash your homes, fences, decks, and agricultural equipment. Protect your investment by having them professionally cleaned. To schedule an appointment, stop by 259 West Boyd Street in Marshall or call 815-7511. Richardson's Detailing and Mobile Service. Professional, personable, affordable, and waiting for the next dirty job.
Baker well on their way to a South Division crown and a trip to the NAIA playoffs. With a win today, it put them 8-2, ranked number 3. They certainly would be in. First down at the Viking 49-yard line. Powell starts right, tries to cut back to the middle, and he is blasted right at the line of scrimmage. Again, Beltram, you've called his name a lot, Joe, and he's there again.
Beltram, Dedrick Allen. Also coming up in on the hit that time was Antoine Palmer.
So it'll be second down and 10 from the 49-yard line. Again, we'll have basketball on the audio for you on Stretch Internet 7 tonight. The women opening their season against Hannibal LaGrange. Second down, they give it to Palmer up the middle. Good cut.
Flag.
And he gets inside the 45 to the 43, but a couple of flags are thrown.
That looks like a holding to me, I think. Zach Nunn, first one to get him down around the ankles that time.
Nate Chitwood is going to let us know. It would have been third down and 4.
He's in the area of holding. That could have been either a holding or a procedure. It's holding.
Holding.
Yep.
Well, Greg Snell gets the penalty that time. 26-0, early fourth quarter. Baker on top. And Joe, you just wonder those early turnovers. If you don't have those early turnovers in this game, who knows what happens? But
yeah, I mean, statistically, you're not going to see an awful lot of difference.
No.
I don't unless somebody breaks some big plays here late. You know, we still
second
got
and
almost
20.
a quarter left.
They run the draw play. Vikings stop that for no gain. As back into the contest, Cornell Brown, and he's had a rough day trying to run the football. He does have a touchdown, but it's third down and 20. Myad Maxwell checks out. Desir back in on this third down and 20 play.
Yeah, let's see if the defense can hold again.
I'll agree with you. This may be the best defensive performance of the year. The Vikings are being shut out.
I think it has been, yep.
Third down and 20. Morrow back to throw. Steps up in the pocket. He's going to take off again. He's tripped up from behind, and it'll be fourth down and another punting situation coming up.
Another young man that's had a good season, Jacob King, there to make that stop.
Jake came into this game. He's around 60 tackles now out of the Kansas City area.
We had a chance to meet his parents at a quick stop somewhere. I can't remember which trip it was. Was it up at Canton? Yep.
Another punt coming, this time by Tompkins. He's been busy today. His average not that high, but he's putting that ball right where he wants it. Kicks it high, lets his coverage get down. This one off the side of his foot.
Not a very good kick there.
And this one takes
a great
Baker roll. It hit about the 35-yard line, and instead of going to the sideline, it just went straight downfield and goes all the way to the 19-yard line.
All you can say is this must be Baker's year.
Yep. They're really injury-free. They have a solid defense, a solid offense.
And they get rolls like that. Then the quarterback fumbles, the ball hits on the tip of the ball and bounces right back up to him for a first down.
Well, the Vikings have it. Hill will work again from the 19-yard line, once again starting inside their own 20-yard line. Nigel Daw is the running back, the young man out of Beaumont, Texas. Back to throw is Hill. Dances around in the pocket, throws to the sideline, and it is incomplete. He skipped that one out there, so it'll be second down.
Intended for Adams, I think. That was Aaron Adams, the intended receiver. Pretty good protection by the offensive line that time.
So second down and 10 coming up from the 20. Get Dominic Hill, a freshman out of St. Joe.
Hey, Mom, this is Dominic. I got to play three quarters against Baker.
Are you watching? I'm playing. Second down and 10 from the 19-yard line. And you know that Fry taking most of the reps in practice, so Hill hasn't worked with his first unit very often.
He throws the ball pretty well, though. He's not a bad passer.
Hands it off to Daw, and he goes down at the 21. It'll be 3rd and 8. Just not much you can do with a lot of your top offensive players, your skill players, at two crucial positions, running back and quarterback out of the game. 10:28 to go.
But, you know, I said it just a minute ago, but I like the way Dominic throws the ball. He's got a good-looking arm and put some mustard on it.
3rd down and 8. And he wants to throw. Here comes the rush. Stands in the pocket. Throws. It is caught by Stenard. Breaks the tackle up the left sideline to the 40. 45. Still on his feet. Bumped out of bounds, but not until he gets to the 48-yard line of the Baker Wildcats. And it's a first down for the Vikings.
Great effort. Great throw that time by Dominic Hill. Boy, what a great effort. Great run after the catch by Dorian Stenard. I'm not sure how he got out of the grasp of that first tackler.
But you're right. Hill throws a nice ball. First down at the 48-yard, 47-yard line. One of the few times the Vikings have been in Baker territory. Hill back to throw. Throws to the side. He completes it to Fuentes. Tries to run out of a tackle. Cannot. Boy, they're going to give him forward progress all the way inside the 45 to the 43. We'll take that.
I'll tell you, a touchdown would be a big moral victory for this team if we can get it now.
Tucker Pauly made the tackle. That's a good 4-yard gain. I'm not sure that was the correct spot, but we're going to take it.
We will take it, exactly.
Because Fuentes fouled out of a tackle and was fighting for more yardage when he went back toward the line.
We will not throw the challenge flag on that.
No. Second down and 6. Hill back to throw. Pumps once. Rolls to his left. Looks. Throws. And it should have been caught and it's dropped.
Yeah.
And that's Adams. He was double covered, but the pass was right there on the number at the 30, and he just couldn't hang on.
And I'll tell you what, Hill zunged, whatever it is, but he snapped that ball in there, had a lot of steam on it, and he really threw the ball well. And Adams was hit right after the ball hit him, but could have been a catchable ball.
So it is 3rd down and 7. Yeah, that was between two defenders, but it was there.
Yep.
Siobhan Richardson, Adams, both go wide to the left side. Stenard, wide right. 3rd and 7. Vikings need some yardage. Hill back to throw and throws it behind Fuentes at the 39-yard line. Would have been short of the first down anyway. It's 4th down. Vikes probably going to go for it here. No need to punt it.
Well, they might as well take a shot at it.
Wildcats would like the shutout here. Anglin will check in. They'll want Franklin back in. Fuentes and Richardson come out.
This is I think one of the deeper offensive penetrations.
Yep. I think the possession right before half was the deepest penetration of the game. All right, 4th down, and we'll call it 6. Have to get to the 37-yard line to pick up a first down. Hill sends a man in motion. And he goes back to throw. Rushes on, throws it, completes it. Vikings are going to get a first down out of this. Nigel Daw off the sideline. The right sideline, inside the 20, all the way down to the 14-yard line. Nice little play as they sent a man in motion. Let the rush come in. Flipped it to the side to Nigel Daw. He broke a couple of tackles, and the little guy picks up a first down at the 14-yard line of Baker.
They faked the end around, and then good job by Dominic Hill. He took his time, looked left, and came back to the right. And, boy, Daw had some running room. Good job of blocking, and maybe the biggest play of the day for the Vikings.
Vikings have it at the 16-yard line. Daw will work from the right side out of the shotgun with Hill, who takes the snap. Looks. Now he's going to try to take off. Hang on to that ball, young man, as he is wrapped up by Adam Novak.
Yeah, Novak is a junior defensive end out of Leavenworth, and he had Hill in the grasp, and Dominique was going nowhere on that one.
So it'll be second down. Lost 6, second 16. For Novak, that's his 5th sack of the season. So second and 16. We're in the 4th quarter. 8 minutes to go. 26-0 Baker. Vikes will be 6-5 or 6-4, and they'll end their season at Mid-America Nazarene next Saturday. Hill on second down, guns it over the middle. Nice catch by Stennard. He had to go down and get that one about shoe top high on the dead run and was able to pull it in at the 11-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 5, a gain of 10.
That was one of those athletic plays
Yeah.
you can't coach. You know, the guy has to make that on his own, and he went down and got that one, pulled it in. So it makes it somewhat of a makeable third down at about 6 or 7.
Vikings, remember, on 4th down, got the big play from Dahl. Let's see if they can pick up a 3rd and 6 here. They have to get to the 5-yard line. Hill rolls to his left, throws, end zone, incomplete. And he threw it behind, a little bit behind Adams. And on the coverage, Alex Baird, and it'll be 4th down again. So 4th down, Vikings will go for it. No need to try a field goal here, obviously. Jacoby Bellard checks in. Richardson back in. 17 on the play clock. 7:10 to go in the game. Fuentes checks in. So 4 wide receivers, 2 right, 2 left. Got to get to the 5 for a first down. Rush is on. They swing it out of the backfield again to Daw. Daw nowhere to go on the sideline. He's hit and dropped at the 10. And I'll guarantee you right now, Baker defense, they want this shutout.
Yeah.
And they stopped that play at the 11. So the Vikings move deep into Baker territory, but come away with nothing, and Baker will take over. A couple first downs, they can almost run off the clock now. Be interesting to see the final statistics of this game.
I don't think they're going to be lopsided at all.
But the turnovers,
Yeah.
5 turnovers, you can stare right at those turnovers, and that'll be the difference in this football game. First down for the Wildcats with 7:03 to go. And now flag and movement. False start on the Wildcats. We'll move this ball back to the 6-yard line. Mara's still in at quarterback. He came into this thing with 26 touchdowns and 11 interceptions. They haven't turned it over yet. On first down, they'll run the ball, try a little misdirection or try a little cutback. Does Powell, and he gets out to about the 9. It'll be 2nd down and 12 as he picks up 3 of those yards.
You know, Ken, I'll probably have to bite my tongue, but Baker really has not driven the ball all day long.
No,
They've had short
not.
fields to work with and taken advantage of mistakes and made the most out of their opportunities.
Been the key. Here's Mara, flips it out to the wide receiver across the 20-yard line, and that's Damon Nolan.
Hey, the man that catches the punts.
Nolan.
The man with the magic hands.
Nolan's had a good year. That was his 40th catch of the year. He has 5 touchdown catches. 3rd down and about a yard. They've almost got all that yardage back. 3rd and 1 from the 20. Getting a couple of first downs. They keep it on the ground. This game will almost be over. Wildcats have it. Right hash mark, their own 20-yard line. Mara turns, hands it off, and
Good
I
job.
don't think they got there. They give it off again to Brown, and he didn't get there.
Good job.
Boy, this defense has played well today. So offense is going to get at least one more crack at it here.
Carlton Kilgore made the stop. Carlton limped off the field a few minutes ago, but he's back out there. Boy, the big guy, he's another guy that's played well this year. You can name some guys on this defense that you can build on and that have really played well.
And he will be back. King will be back. A lot of these guys will be back. Ricky Williams.
Beltram.
Yep, a lot of these guys will be back next year, so a lot to look forward to. Tompkins yet another punt, standing back at his own 5. He's been a busy guy today. Gets it away, end over end, a low line drive.
Get away from the guys. Look
Let's
out
see,
there.
Turk picks it up, and he gets hit immediately. They just have not been able to do anything against these Baker special teams. Boy, they have just been all over the play.
Well, and that stop that time was made by Indy Allen, a freshman out of Holton, Texas, and a good specialist. Their special teams
Really
has
good.
been immaculate.
Have really been good today. No turnovers, very few penalties. A couple of holds here late in the second half. That's been about it. We'll have the coach after the game. Likes to fall to 6-4 with one game remaining. And for one of the few years, the Vikings will not be in the postseason. First down at the 32-yard line. Dominic Hill, 2 wide receivers right, 2 left. On first down, they'll hand it off. Not much there. It'll be second down. That was Jakari Johnson.
Jakari, big first half at 64 yards. He hasn't really broken much here in the second half, but he's done a good job today for the Vikings.
Second down and 9. Nigel Dahl stays in the backfield as well. Ballard goes wide to the left side. Mikael Johnson and Stenard wide right. They'll hand it off to Johnson. He's wrapped up in the backfield. There was some confusion with the handoff, and boy, once that happened, these Wildcats were all over it, and leading the charge was Jacob Thomas. Third down and 13.
Well, let's see if Dominic can hook up with the big one. Delvon Franklin comes in. Nigel Dahl will check out.
You know, Joe, all those negative plays, that really hurts your average per play and your total yards. So it'll be interesting to see after this game. But I'm with you. I don't think either team's going to have
it's not
200 yards of offense.
Not that much difference, I don't think.
Third down and 13 for Hill. Throws it. It's caught by Bellard. He had a wide open field, but there's a flag down.
Go ahead and score, Jacoby.
Procedure. And a penalty on the Vikings. And again, when you have a new quarterback in there, a different quarterback, disrupts the count a little bit. Third and a bunch. Yeah, the last time the Vikings were shut out, I don't know. And the last time they lost 3 games at home. Boy, you'd have to go back a ways for that as well. But not going to be the case. The shutout is still in doubt, but not the 3 losses. Third down from the 24-yard line. Third and a bunch. Hill takes the snap, rushes on, gets away from the first wave, throws, and it's incomplete. Threw it at the knees of Stenard, and it'll be 4th down. Here comes Villanueva.
Desi's had a busy day. Hasn't had a chance to kick anything off the ground, but he's had plenty of punt attempts.
Hill scrambled to his right.
You know, Dominic Hill, though, he's shown some, to me, has shown some promise. I mean, he runs fairly well. He's got a pretty decent arm. He just doesn't have much experience.
They just haven't had any time to throw the deep ball, Joe. You have all that speed and just can't get it to him. Another good snap.
Nice kick. Wow.
Driving spiral. And back at the 25-yard line across the 30, trying to get to the outside.
There we go.
There
we go.
Nolan couldn't get outside on the left. Good tackle was made by the Vikings, and I think that was
Cedric O'Hara.
Cedric O'Hara.
Nice open field tackle that time. He got down there quickly and dumps Nolan all the way back at about the 25-yard line. So good play by the special teams that time.
And we have just a moment. We'll mention the soccer pairings coming up Tuesday. Baker won last night, beat William Penn. Central Methodist lost to Grandview. So Baker will host Grandview on Tuesday night. Valley won 1-0 over Culver last night. And Mid-America, a 2-1 win over Benedictine. So Mid-America will be here, men's soccer, Tuesday night at 7. We'll have it on live stream on the Viking Sports Network. First down. Keeping the ball on the ground of the Wildcats. And again, very little there. But Coach Grossner knows right now he's got the South Division 1. Just get the next 3 minutes off the clock.
Well, you know, and really the Vikings, I guess 16 of the Baker points came in the first quarter, didn't they? They got the 2 touchdowns and the safety.
Yeah. Early points. And after that, it's been a struggle, but you can't take those turnovers back. Second down. Mara's been in there the entire way at quarterback. He has Cornell Brown behind him. Gives him the ball. Brown trying to bounce to the outside. Slips, goes down. No gain. Third down coming up. This Viking defense continues to play well.
I bet you if you ask, you go ask Mr. Brown, Mr. Powell, and Mr. Morrow, who's the toughest defense in the conference to run against or throw against, I bet the Vikings would be right there.
They really have played well today. Unfortunately, special teams mistakes, and then just really some of your key players hurt on offense. So they'll take that play clock all the way down here, under 10, and that will wind the game clock under 2 minutes. Pick up a first down, game will be over. Hand off to Brown. Brown looking for first down yardage. He's close, but he's going to be shy at the 35-yard line. As he ran to the left side, picked up, about 8 or 9, but another punt coming for Jacob Tompkins.
You know, and Ken, in the first half, Baker was 1 out of 10 on third down conversions. I don't think they've helped that number that much here in the second half.
Well, like you said, the defense has done a nice job. Monty had them ready to go, but you got to find a way to put points on the board, and they couldn't do it today. Tompkins will punt it away. Wildcats will go to 9-1. They're having quite a season. Good snap. A high spiral. Doesn't turn this one over. And the fair catch is made at the 26-yard line. Let's take a quick 30-second break on the Viking Sports Network.
When it comes to meeting your goals, time can be on your side if you put it to work for you. If saving for retirement is buried on your never-ending to-do list, we can help. Hi, I'm Edward Jones Financial Advisor David Reed. Let's put time to work for you. Stop by our office at 1917 Main in Higginsville for a face-to-face appointment. Edward Jones, Making Sense of Investing, member SIPC.
First down for the Vikings, their own 26-yard line. Hill wants to throw, going to launch it deep over the middle, and it's incomplete. Trying to get it to Mikkel Johnson.
Interference.
Between two defenders, and they're going to throw the flag.
And boy, another good throw by Dominic Hill. He threw it into double coverage, but a nice tight spiral and not too far from being a completion. Looks like and Mikkel, I think, shaking up on the play a little bit, I believe.
Well, 2 flags were thrown, so the officials, both the officials agree. They may say hitting a defenseless receiver. Let's see.
Yeah, it's going to be against Baker. We know that.
We'll see if we can hear Nate Chitwood. Pass interference is going to be the call. 15-yard penalty. Okay. The Vikings will have it.
Vikings move one more time into see where they're going to mark it. They're going to mark it 15-yard penalty right about the 42-yard line. Only 49 seconds left to play, so Vikes are going to score. They're going to have to get something here pretty quickly.
So it's first down at the 42-yard line after the penalty. As Hill will wait for the snap at his own 36-yard line. Take it, backpedal, step up in the pocket. Now he's going to take off and run with it. Now he throws. It's complete to Bellard, and he gets to the 49-yard line before he steps out of bounds on the Vikings side. That's a gain of 8. It'll be second and 2 with 42 seconds left. Well, let's see if the Vikings can somehow get into the end zone. You know this Baker defense, they want to stop. They want to stop right now and get this shutout. Women's soccer today, we'll talk about it in just a moment. Back to throw again is Hill. Throws to his back. Dawn, he was wrapped up for no gain. In fact, a loss. Nick Shondell would have nothing to do with that fake, and it's going to be third down.
Yeah, Nick Shondell wrapped Daw up and wrestled him to the ground.
So it is going to be fourth down and a third down and 5. Ball to 30 or 47-yard line.
It could be the last play of the game.
Last play of the home season could be right here as Hill waits with 1 second to go. Gets the snap off. throws it deep. It is going to be picked off. And at the 20-yard line, Vikings will, and he goes down to a knee. It's 26-0. The Vikings with 6 turnovers in this game. And 26-0 is our final score as Baker wins it. We'll start the post-game show in 1 minute. Viking Sports Network.
Hey, son, we paid your first and last month's rent on your new apartment. That is so awesome. Uh-huh.
And we got you this.
A shelter renter's policy helps cover your stuff if the place catches fire.
You know, or it's broken.
You still have quite a few commercials to play.
How many I have left? Give me a guess.
12, 13.
About 13 ads?
Yeah.
Oh, that's no big deal. Okay, we could do that. So let's take 2 minutes right here.
Okay, sounds good.
Take long for you to find out how much has changed in the past couple of years. Changes to market condition, financing, updated laws, regulations are just a few issues the team at the Ashford Agency stays current on. If you have never bought a home, we are here to help, teach you how to buy a home. We can help every step of the way through the buying process. Call the Ashford Agency today at 886-8557 or visit us at 452 West Arrow in Marshall.
4 little words will change both of your lives forever. This is Stacy at Sturhan Jewelers. Next to finding a mate, buying an engagement ring might be one of the biggest decisions you'll make. So come to Sturhan Jewelers and let us help you choose a ring that not only looks drop-dead gorgeous the moment you put it on, but stays that way for a lifetime. We now offer financing. Plus, the latest
Why
style
are we offline again?
to vintage and
Oh,
more.
there you are.
Prices you're sure to fall in love with at Sturhan Jewelers on the east side of the Marshall Square and at jewelryandmarshall.com.
Now's the time to book your holiday party at Stonehenge Golf Club in Marshall. Whether it's a family gathering, social group event, or a company party, Stonehenge Golf Club offers a comfortable, quality facility to make your event a success. Choose from a sit-down or buffet-style meal or an hors d'oeuvre buffet, along with a cash, ticketed, or open bar. Set to your tastes and desires. Call George at Stonehenge Golf Club in Marshall to book your holiday party now. 886-4653. That's 886-4653.
Well, the Baker Wildcats, congratulations to the Baker Wildcats as they win the South Division in the Heart of America Conference, now 9-1 on the year, and they're 4-0 in this division play. And, of course, the third-ranked team, they certainly have put themselves in great position in postseason. A 26-0 win. They'll close the season in Springfield against Evangel next week. The Vikings on the road to Olathe, and that'll close their season, as there will not be a playoff shot for the Vikings this year. The best they can do is win that game and go to 7-4 on the year. They are 6-4 right now. Let's take another break. When we come back, hopefully we'll have the coach and Joe All. But let's take a break on the Viking Sports Network.
See for yourself why so many people are excited.
Let's take a minute here, and I may take more, so just be listening to me, okay?
You can bring your own
If we get a minute done and they're not ready to talk yet, we'll take another minute, okay?
Located at 111 East Arrow in Marshall, next to Chic Salon, you won't be disappointed. Rehearsal dinner, reunions, business meetings, receptions, and more. Check out the Tyler Civic Center in Marshall. Call 202-3844 to find out more.
Open enrollment on the health insurance marketplace is November 1st through January 31st, 2016. Let Healthcare Collaborative help you select the right plan and see if you qualify for a subsidy to reduce costs. For help, call 877-344-3572. The HCC of Rural Missouri wants to help you find affordable health insurance and avoid paying a penalty. For assistance, call 877-344-3572. That's 877-344-3572.
Well, we'll have Coach Joe All, or Coach Joe All. He is a coach, isn't he? Used to coach basketball, but Joe will be down, and we'll talk to Coach Paul Troth here in just a moment. 26-0, but again, as we mentioned, it's just not a whole lot Vikings could do. It's with Elliot Hawkins goes out of the game with a knee injury. Jeremy Fry, the Vikings freshman quarterback, the third quarterback used this year, he goes out with an injury. They have to go to Dominic Hill, so it was just kind of tough for the Vikings. Let's go down to the field, and Joe has Paul Troth.
Okay, Ken, we're chatting now with Coach Paul Troth, and Coach, 26-0 Baker. You knew it was going to take a lot of things to go right to beat this real good team. You have two key injuries, Elliott Hawkins with a knee injury, you lose your quarterback, Jeremy Fry, and then just a few too many mistakes at the wrong time.
Well, you know, I was really, really proud of the way our kids, they played hard. Our defense kept us in it. Our defense was outstanding today. That was really, really good to see. Took a good team and really, you know, we put them in some bad spots, handed them a couple easy scores early, and that was really kind of the difference. But, yeah, just offensively, we just had too many things happen, couldn't get anything going consistently. And, you know, we knew they were a good defense, but it was just, you know, disappointing loss, but, you know, we'll bounce back.
You know, you really outgained Baker. I think it was like 78 to 75 yards in the first half, and statistically not that much difference. And I really thought your defense, I thought maybe played their best game of the year. They really, really stepped up.
Well, that was a good offense we played, and to hold them to that, that's outstanding. And you know, but we knew we were going to have to score some points, and obviously we didn't do that. So, you know, we kind of got just in a situation that, you know, it is what it is, and we just got to find a way to find some points, and that's what we'll go to work and do this week.
Well, you got your final game next week. We go up to Olathe, take on Mid-America. We owe them one from last year, don't we?
Well, yeah, it's always a good game, and they've been a rival and all that. So, you know, the sting will wear off of this one. We'll get ready to go tomorrow and go from there.
Coach, kids gave a good effort today, and we'll see you next week up at Olathe.
All right, thanks, Joe.
All right, thank you, Joe. Thank you, Coach. Let's take a 2-minute break. When we come back, we'll give you the final statistics. That's all coming up. 2 minutes, Viking Sports Network.
We are Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance, and we are for road trips. We're for covering as much ground as possible on 2, 4, or 18 wheels. We're for drop tops, T-tops, classics, cruisers, pickup trucks, and dump trucks. We're for displaying Missouri plates like medals of pride. Have you
Hey, Jen.
Here? Yep, we're for you too. We're for getting stuck behind a tractor on a
Jen.
two-lane highway. And if you're a Missouri driver, we have an auto policy for you.
I'm Justin Schuster, your Missouri Farm Bureau agent. And if you're in Saline County, I've got you covered.
This is Paul Cruz with Central Missouri Agri-Service. Here's a little quiz you can take while you're harvesting. What can I do now to get cleaner fields, to get faster soil warm-up, and quicker soil drying for a more timely corn planting next spring? What can I do to eliminate burn-down applications and reduce the potential for cutworms? The right answer to these questions is fall-applied herbicide to eliminate those winter annual weeds. As soon as the combine leaves the field, call us at Central Missouri Agri-Service because our success is measured by your success. The clock is ticking. The new 2015 Chevy Buick Ford GMC you want will soon be gone from
Well, got
Motors.
a few ads to play yet, so.
Come see Eddie, Karen, or Rick and find out how you can save thousands with customer cash, bonus cash, down payment assistance, Costco customer savings, or month-long Black Week savings. That new Chevy Buick Ford GMC is waiting, but it can't wait forever. The remaining 2015s are going fast, so find new roads at John Records in Marshall.
Well, I've heard life is like a box of chocolates. Well, to me, it's like a scratch-off ticket. Are you in? I'm in. Oh, come on, big money. Big money. Oh, man. Why a scratch-off ticket, homie? You do have a problem. We all want to get rich quick. Most attempts fail miserably. But the idea, that's what keeps you coming back for more.
Speak for yourself, homie.
Big money. Big money. Oh, man. All right, back to work. We here at Heinzler Brothers aren't the luckiest group of guys, but that's good for you, because when you need welding, we're the company to call. 886-7775.
Well, the Vikings lose this one 26-0 to Baker. And Joe, let's take a look at a couple of statistics. Not a lot of offense. 195 yards for Baker, 167 for Valley. That's it. But the big keys, of course, the turnovers. The Vikings had 5 turnovers in this ball game. The Vikings had 130 yards passing and net rushing only 37, but all the sacks go in on that. So that knocked that down. 127 yards rushing for Baker, 68 net yards passing for the Wildcats. Jakari Johnson had 69 yards rushing. Nigel Daw had 16. We held Cornell Brown to 63, and Adonis Powell had 55 yards rushing. Nick Morrow was just 11 out of 23, 68 yards. He averages about 250 yards a game, but again, just too many mistakes early on. Vikings couldn't overcome it, couldn't find ways to score.
No, and I think kudos to this Viking defense. Boy, they really played well, and Coach Troth was,
mention that right off the bat. But, yeah, just a game, and I don't think there's any doubt. The Vikings proved they could play with this Baker team. I think we all thought coming in we could, but you knew you couldn't make that many mistakes because we made quite a few, and they didn't make hardly any, and that was the difference. You just can't turn the ball over against a real good team like this, but give them credit. They're a good football team.
All right, we'll take our final break. When we come back, we'll wrap up what's going to happen next week and be out of here. But we'll be back for a couple of final comments right after this.
The one name you need to know for maintenance and repair.
How long did you want this?
Okay,
for?
how many I got left? What do we do?
4.
Oh, just 4 ads?
Yeah.
Oh, hell, just take all 4 of them right here and we're done.
Okay.
Okay, and then then I'll do a wrap-up. So when we get done, come back and I'll do a wrap-up, okay?
Okie doke.
All right.
Okay.
Days till noon on Saturday. Call Randy Adams at 886-8646 to get your work done at Marshall Diesel. 758 North Miami and Marshall. Credit cards welcome. See marshalldiesel.com.
When my credit score is taking a hit, applying for a new car loan can be scary. Sure, they all say every credit app is accepted, but will I be approved? Over the past 5 years, WK's Jumpstart program has helped hundreds of people get behind the wheel of a brand new car with financing all on their own. We're not shocked by your credit score, so there's no need to be scared or embarrassed. Take advantage of our Jumpstart program today and get the car you want. Call Christina at WK in Sedalia or visit us online at WKChevy.com. You know what no one ever says no to? More power. So get to Yeager's Harley-Davidson and check out our 10 cruiser bikes, like the Wide Glide and Softail Slim. They've all got a high-output twin-cam 103 engine, making it the most powerful cruiser lineup in Harley-Davidson history. Take one on a power trip at Yeager's Harley-Davidson. Not tomorrow, today. Check out our powerful new lineup of 2016 models at Yeager's Harley-Davidson, South Highway 65 in Sedalia, and at YeagerCycle.com.
Do you need to expose cables, water, or gas lines or other buried items? From that to clogged culverts to digging a precise hole and not disturb what's around the area like landscaping. This is Randy England with L&R Construction. If you have any of these situations or more, have I got the machine for you? Vactron. Vactron works purely on water pressure and suction. We work for contractors, utilities, businesses, and homeowners. Call me at 631-4982. That's 631-4982. It's fast, accurate, and will save you money in cleanup.
Well, as we wrap up the home portion of the regular season, Vikings lose at 26-0. Joe, we'll see how this team responds next week. You have one game to play, not going to be in the playoffs, and that's kind of unusual for a Viking team after all the conference championships. Yeah. But just one of those years, a lot of injuries and some other things happened. But anyway, let's see if we can't go to Mid-America Nazarene next week and have a good ball game.
Well, and the guys battled today. They came in, they played hard, and like I say, did some things well. And yeah, let's come up, and we're not going to be playing for anything. I think probably both us and Mid-America out of the playoff picture, but they're a good football team. This Valley team's a good football team, so that should be a good game to end the season with, and certainly wish Baker the best of luck. I think they're a team that could go a long way, and I know Coach Paul Troth and Coach Mike Grosner, they have a lot of respect for each other, and I'm sure Coach Troth wishes the Wildcats the best.
All right, so that'll do it from here. We'll talk to you from Olathe to wrap up the season next Saturday afternoon. Thanks to all of our fine sponsors, Chaz Maddie and the entire crew on live stream. Next live stream will be next Tuesday night. Soccer right here as the men will take on Mid-America Nazarene Conference semifinals. For Joe All, I'm Ken Cuiava. We'll talk to you next Saturday from Olathe. Final score here, number 3 Baker 26, Valley nothing. So long for Marshall.
Missouri Valley Vikings.